Welcome back to Tabletop Titans for our first and epic game of Star Wars Legion. We're so excited to be playing this. A big thanks. We actually have a couple people to thank, that's right, for making this possible.
So Ross and Blake
Yep.
combined their efforts, and they sent us everything you see here today, except the map.
That's true. They sent us 2 complete collections,
It's
right?
like
It's
more than 2 armies
it's,
each.
It's
like 4 armies.
Yeah, it's a lot of models. It was all painted.
Oh,
they sent us the terrain unpainted, which we painted on Hobby Titans this Monday. You could go back and watch that if you want to see how we made this board. But this is going to be our first ever game of Star Wars Legion. We're so excited to be playing this game. It is a really cool miniatures game.
So much fun. We played our first game yesterday. Whoa.
It's great.
We had a great time.
Yeah, it's filled with colorful heroes and Jedis. We have a Sith Lord and a Jedi on the table.
Yeah.
We've got lots of heroes of legend. We're playing on this very thematic board here on Tatooine. And it's going to be a pretty awesome game.
I'm so excited.
Now, of course, this is not only our first stream game, but it's pretty much our first real full game.
Yes.
We've played test turns and a few, back and forths, and we've studied the rules and checked the facts and talked to Blake and others about the rules. But this is our first full game. So this is a learning game as much for us as I'm sure it will be for many of you.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's many of you out there that have played this game a ton. And we're going to actually look to you. We have the chat to help us if we get little things wrong.
Yeah.
Because not only do we want to learn the game, but we want all of you to kind of learn the rules right and get a good sense for it. So feel free to, at Tabletop Titans if you have a piece of feedback. And Zach, who's on the producing job today, will take a look at that and kind of shout out any little corrections and feedback. But why don't we just jump ahead and take a look at the armies that we're bringing today? Okay. Oh, Bridger
it's
first.
me. What up? So I'm playing the Separatists today, and I came ready to be a Sith Lord, basically.
That's right.
I have the evil mustache.
Yeah.
I have the sunken eyes. I'm ready. And I will relentlessly destroy and pursue you, Brian. So as you can see, it's mostly a droid force. It's led by Count Dooku himself. And boy, is this guy awesome.
He is fantastic.
He's a fighting machine. He shoots lightning. He chokes people. He swings his lightsaber.
He's got force push.
He's dope. I don't know what else I can say. Just
He's extremely strong.
Wait until like turn 3. He's going to be chopping people up.
He is. I go so far as he's the strongest model on the entire board.
I think he is, yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
He's very, very powerful.
And I have 3 for my troops. They're called something else in this game, but they're troops. I have 3 units of B1 droids. One of them, you see here, the blue unit, it's called the E5C. This is like an anti-infantry gun.
Yep.
And we have extra troopers kind of scattered around. So we have 7 guys in the squad. Then we have a green squad. This has a missile. That's like my anti-tank gun.
Right.
And these guys have the HQ uplink, so they can do some ordering shenanigans. And then we have the red squad, which is just like the blue squad. They have the anti-infantry E5C. That's my basic troops.
It's worth noting that the special weapons in these squads, each squad kind of has one special weapon. That's the majority of the damage output.
Well, it sort of, defines like what is this squad going to do.
Right.
And you have a bunch of ablative wounds around that special weapon.
That one special weapon.
And the way that keywords work in this game, you make like a pool of dice. So the special weapons can make the rest of the weapons better.
Right.
So that's like my basic troops. For my elites, you could say, I have 2 units of commandos. The first unit here is a strike team, so it's only 2 models. And these guys are dope. They like scout deploy, so they pregame move.
And they pregame move a lot.
And pregame move a lot.
Yeah.
And they basically ignore terrain. They're like climbing up walls and crawling around and doing battle rolls. And that squad has a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Gonna watch out. These guys are sharpshooters.
They're actually really scary.
They're pretty dope.
Yeah.
And the other squad, Zach, has vibro swords. These guys are gonna chop you up. In our test game, they were unstoppable.
Yeah, in our test game, this unit was bananas strong. Not only did it quickly charge me turn 1,
Yep.
but it also wrecked the squad it was in combat with,
Yeah.
and then proceeded to tank Obi-Wan fighting back.
Yeah. I mean, I rolled pretty hot, but
Still.
the fact that they can survive a Jedi in close combat,
Yeah.
pretty dope.
I was scared. I thought, like, am I going to lose my Jedi?
Yeah.
It was scary.
It's like one of those things you don't get in 40K, because
Yeah.
you don't get units that are like, I pregame move a significant portion of the board,
Right.
and then just do flips over walls.
Yeah.
And like advance and charge, turn one and kill people. Super awesome.
They're very good.
And then I have a giant tank. Look at my tank. He's equipped with all kinds of guns. We have, where'd my tank go? Brian, do you have my tank?
No.
Oh, no, I have it. So he's got his high energy shells, and he's got his droid pilot. So he's going to be giving droids orders anytime he gets orders. Cool thing about droids is they like chain their activations together. So I can give an order to, let's say, the tank, and then the tank will give an order to a droid unit next to it, which will give an order to a droid unit next to it, and it just like chains down the line.
Yeah, they're all kind of like programmed, they're all networked, right?
Right. So I have to like be careful with my movement because there's a range on that. But I'm excited to do that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And it wouldn't be a tabletop game if we didn't have tanks.
That's
I'm so glad they sent us tanks. And then my final unit, I have droidicas, my favorite unit perhaps in the whole game. When I played Battlefront 2, I always wanted to be the droidicas.
Yeah.
Because they're so cool. And they're kind of a menace in durability, right? So they have these 4 shields, so I can kind of just like turn off 4 hits and I regen the shields over time.
That's right.
And because they're ground vehicles, they lend cover to the stuff behind them. So my droids can hide behind the droidicas.
Yeah, so you've got like a mobile cover platform.
Yeah.
And you could stand behind, get cover, kind of shoot through them, and then you're getting a ton of cover, and then they have a ton of shields, and they shoot pretty well too.
They're suppressive, so I'm going to shoot and scare your people. I'm droids, so we don't get scared.
Yeah.
We can panic, but that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
We don't get suppressed, and I'm just going to be suppressing you.
And suppressing basically means, like, if my guys are taking hits, they kind of go to ground, and then they lose their ability to react. So they're very, very powerful. Very hard to remove.
But that's my army.
Yeah.
Full 800 points.
Okay, it's pretty cool. As he said, one of the things he's going to have to keep in mind is staying in range of one another, because the droids are best when they're in range to communicate. Everything in this game is measured with little sticks, and the sticks come apart. So there's ranges 1, that's 1 stick, ranges 2, 3, and up to 4. And everything's measured with these sticks, and movement is measured with a different kind of stick. We'll show you movement when we get to it. But when we're talking about, let's say, range 1, we're talking about one of these sticks, which is kind of the distance he's deployed all of his units together, right?
That's true.
So that's a kind of critical thing. Why don't we take a look at my army? All right, I am playing the Republic. These are the kind of Phase 1 clones from the prequel trilogy. And they're more elite than your army, which means I generally get less of them. But they have, that eliteness comes across in a few different ways. They're kind of better at attacking, definitely better at defending, which means essentially it's almost like better armor saves, better to hit abilities.
Right.
But there's fewer models, so that kind of averages out to only be a small improvement over the game. But what they do have is the ability to coordinate together better. Where you're sharing orders with one another, I'm sharing tokens. And tokens are things that you could generate during your turn. So let's say one unit aims and then doesn't fire, and then the next unit wants to go and fire, I can give my aim token to the next. And so they can kind of buff each other up and also protect each other. So one unit is dodging, and then the other unit ends up needing the dodge ability. They can share it, but again, only within a range.
Friendship is magic.
That's right, and in this game, that is the key. So my guys actually are best when they're clumped up, which is true of both of our armies to some extent. I get even more bonuses than you do, though, for being close together. And my special weapons are even better than your special weapons in a lot of cases. So that's the kind of theme of my army and how it generally works. Let's start with my commander, which is the man himself, Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's the real Jedi Master on the table here. Really excited to be playing him. He is definitely still a duelist. In combat, he is a very, very powerful foe. He's not quite the one-on-one duelist that Dooku is. Right. Which, we even saw that in the films, right? It took Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting Dooku. Dooku's just a better swordsman.
He's fueled by hate.
Yeah.
And nothing is stronger than hate.
But I would say that Kenobi is a better general. And that means he's more of a support character. And what that really translates into is this kind of guardian ability, which is that if people are shooting at my clones, if he's close enough, he could take the hits on himself.
Swing his lightsabers
and then
around.
he could try to deflect them with his lightsaber and even hit them back at you, which is great. So he's much more of a defensive character. Obviously, he can fight and kill almost any of your units in combat, except probably Dooku. He would need like a bit more help. To get, we need to shoot Dooku a bunch and then go in with the lightsaber at the end. So that's him. My basic troopers are Phase 1 clone troopers. So I have 3 squads of these. So my first squad, I'm not sure if this is it, but my first squad is a squad of 6, and they don't have a special weapon per se on one model. Instead, they've all been upgraded to have fragmentation grenades. What this means is that at close range, which is just 1 stick, they're incredibly lethal.
Right. Yeah.
But it's very close. Otherwise, they're just using their normal weapons, which are respectable, but not super scary. So I've positioned them kind of in a place where hopefully they can get up the board quickly. They're kind of on this far side, where they could get into short range onto an objective pretty quickly. My next, I have another Phase 1 trooper squad, and this one has DC-15 special weapon. It is anti-personnel, helps doing, it does like critical hits pretty easily, and it's got a lot of range, so it's a very, very powerful weapon. So you'll definitely see me making good use of that. And then I have one more squad just like that.
There you go.
With another DC-15 and an extra trooper. So these squads are a little larger. You can see that longer gun, that's that DC-15. And it's pretty good weapon. So I'm definitely going to be needing them to kind of grab objectives and things like that. Now my more elite style troops are called ARC troopers. And you can see I've equipped them with jetpacks because jetpacks are cool.
They are cool.
This can let me, as you'd expect, kind of jump over terrain and things like that. So that's pretty handy here. We do have walls and stuff to go over. And the one guy in there has that same DC-15 arc kind of style weapon, which you can see, and the other guy just has his normal pistols. So one of them's good at range, the other one has to actually get a little close. These guys really aren't any more defensive than my normal Phase 1 clone troopers.
Right.
And there's only 2 of them, so they're actually very fragile.
Right.
But they're fast, so I can keep them safe. And they actually have range 4 on the special weapon.
Right.
So they don't have to go in real close. They can keep themselves safe at range.
And they're sharpshooters. So they get every time they move, they get an aim token.
Yeah,
good.
So it's almost like a free action. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But it does mean that they're better at shooting than normal. So that's great. And then my last is I have a tank also. And this is a TX-130 Saber class fighter tank. Like yours, we've got some upgrades on it. I've put a big beam cannon turret on the top, which means it's basically splash damage. Like I hit a unit, and if you're clumped up, it can splash onto other units, which could be very powerful. And because your army wants to clump up, I can just get a lot of value out of that.
For sure.
The next thing is I did upgrade it with something called high energy shells, which are not only are lethal, but they can stop you from being able to dodge it.
Yeah.
So they're just much more reliable, but they're kind of like a one use and then they have to recharge. And there's things like that in this game. And then I've upgraded it with a veteran clone pilot, which just allows him to share orders as well. If he didn't have that, he couldn't share orders the way the rest of the
tokens.
Share the tokens. Yeah, sorry, not the orders, the tokens. And I think that was my whole force as well.
All right. Well, Zach, we have a war zone for today. You want to?
We do.
Show us that war zone.
Let's take a look.
The spaceport of Mos Espa constituted a location of vital importance during the Clone Wars, which was one of many reasons that the conflict broke out that day, at a larger scale than even this disreputable place was accustomed to. As both forces of the Trade Federation and the Republic clashed in the streets, blaster fire traced across alleyways and shields flared to life. Soon, however, the igniting of lightsabers heralded a changing of tides as 2 legendary foes would face one another on these sandy streets.
Okay, we're here, ready to finally play this. Should we tell everybody a little bit how this mission works?
Yeah, so the way the missions normally work in Star Wars Legion is there's 3 different kinds of cards. You have like a deployment type, you have an objective, and you have like conditions of the battle. We wanted to keep things relatively simple and sane for our first stream, so we took kind of the most simplistic configuration of those 3 things. So we have clear conditions, nothing special. We're not fighting at night.
There's no sandstorms or something?
No sandstorms. It's not, nothing crazy happening. Not short on ammo. We don't have reinforcements coming in.
It's a beautiful, beautiful day for a war.
Every day is a beautiful day for a war, Brett.
That's right.
And then our mission is a pretty straightforward one. We're intercepting transmissions. So there's 3 objectives arrayed across the board between us.
Yeah, if you go to the top down, I'll show you here. There's 1, 2, and 3, nicely evenly across the board there.
And these are going to score on turns 2, 4, and 6, which is the end of the game. So we want to hold those by having unit leaders on the objectives, troopers, so it can't be vehicles like the droidicas or the tanks. And we're just going to vie for control of these 3 objectives.
And it's the person with the most unit leaders.
Correct, yeah.
Right.
Within a range of 1.
1 stick, yeah.
Of the objective. And then our deployment is battle lines, which is just Dawn of War.
Yeah,
which is
it's 1 stick up.
1
stick up, so you can see here we're kind of, just up there. All right, it's a pretty straightforward mission. Now, let's tell them just a little bit more about how the game works before we get going. So each turn, this is an alternating activation game. So we take turns activating our units. So what's going to happen at the start of each turn is we both have a deck, or it's not a deck, it's
like a hand.
It's a hand of 7 cards. Now, each one of these cards has really 2 properties. One of them is a pip value, which is like a little set of dots on it, and it goes from 1 to, I think, 4.
Up to 4, yeah.
Right? And those pip values are kind of what we would call priority.
We're like bidding.
Yeah, we're bidding. So if we want to get initiative in each turn, whoever's going to activate first, whoever has the lowest pip value card is going to get initiative that turn. They're going to get to activate first. But cards with lower pip values let you activate fewer units.
Right.
So if I have a card here that has 3 pips, but it allows me to activate 3 units. And typically they're
1-to-1.
They look like that. So let's say I face down, put a card and say, I want to activate 3 units.
I'll put this card down.
Right. And so we'll turn it over and I'll say, I'm trying to activate 3.
And I'm trying to activate 2.
So that means I get to ready 3 units. I get to put essentially actions, orders on 3 units. You get to put orders on 2 units.
Right.
And then you actually get to choose the first activation. Now, he'd go first, then I'd go next, and so on and so on. Now, we can, at any point, activate the units that we've put orders onto. Now, your army, as we said, being droids, kind of they all get orders automatically.
Pretty much.
So we could activate almost any unit he wants at any time. Me, let's say I only activated 2. Cool, I'll have 2 that I've ordered. If I wanted to order another unit that didn't have an action on it, I would have to kind of get lucky because I'll have these little chips which represent every single unit, and they'll be face down, and I'll have to pull it kind of randomly. And then so let's say, oh, I don't have an order on my tank, I don't have an order on my special unit, I really want to activate the special unit, I'll pull it over, I get the tank.
Right.
Now I have to activate the tank instead.
The chaos of war.
That's right. So you'll see more of that as we go through. I don't expect you to learn it all instantly. And then every time we activate a unit, it gets essentially 2 actions, right? And there's a list of actions. What are the actions?
Yeah, so you can do simple things like move.
Right.
You can attack. This could be shooting or combat.
Right.
You can aim, which gives you an aim token.
Right.
You can dodge. Gives you a dodge token.
That's right.
You can stand by, which is kind of like Overwatch, or like you're waiting for the opponent to do something, and when they activate near you,
It's like a
you get to
reaction token.
interrupt to them. And you can recover, which removes 2 suppression tokens, and then like untaps.
It removes negative status effects and reloads your weapons, things like that.
I think that's it.
Yeah, and so you could do any 2 of those actions, but move is the only action you could do twice.
Yes.
So you could choose to move twice instead of anything else. And movement is just done with these little sticks, and it's actually done in a really cool way. You only move your unit leader. So you just move your unit leader, and then all your other models you just move within coherency of the leader. So it's actually a really good system. And then you measure to shoot
from the leader,
but you draw a line of sight per model. So it's pretty straightforward. It's actually a little faster than games like 40K and things like that. When it comes to,
the system.
I think the movement system is pretty solid. So that's most of it. When we get to actually attacking, like shooting or combat, we'll be rolling dice. And there are, how many sided dice are these?
Those are 8-sided dice.
So there are 8-sided.
For attacking.
And they're not, they don't have numbers on them. They essentially have hit, they have critical hit, they have surge, which is basically a miss that you can convert, that you could choose to convert into a hit or critical. And then they have a blank, which is an actual miss. So if I'm rolling to hit, on these dice, if I get a hit, then it's a hit. If I get a blank, it's a miss. If I get a critical, it's a better hit, And basically what happens, there's white, black, and red dice. And these just change the number of hits that are on each dice. So the white dice, fewest number of hits. The worst dice, basically.
Droid dice.
They're like 5-ups, basically.
Right, essentially.
The black dice, medium, they're more like 4-ups. And the red dice here, they're more like 3-ups. So they're all the same, but they just have more chances to hit. And so let's say I rolled that and I got 2 hits in shooting against you, you would now defend. and you have the square 6-sided dice for defense, and they essentially have blanks, which means you failed to defend, and they have little triangles, which means you succeeded in defending, and they again have surges, which effectively are misses, blanks, unless you convert them using some ability. Now, again, the white dice, bad at defense, red dice, good at defense, yeah. So I use reds for almost everything on my army. You use whites for almost everything.
Yeah.
So this is where we're seeing my army's superior. Now, your special weapons
are good,
and they spike up to using reds and blacks. So that was a lot. You'll see it as you go through. It's actually pretty intuitive. And all the rules are just kind of, for each unit, are on little cards that we have in front of us.
Yeah.
So, and the game uses a kind of universal keyword system.
Yes.
Which is actually great.
I wish 40K would go back to a keyword system.
Yeah.
Although, I will say, a number of keywords in Star Wars Legion just refer to other keywords.
Yeah.
I wish they didn't do that.
Yeah, they shouldn't do that. They shouldn't do that. Okay, so should we get started with our first turn?
Let's do it. I know what card I want to bid with.
Okay. Well, so here's the thing. Almost no one's going to be in range of one another. So it's not like we have a super critical, like, oh no, I have a unit at risk or something like that. And every time you use one of these cards, you've burnt it for pretty much the whole game.
Yeah.
So you don't want to burn your best card on turn 1 to do nothing. It's not.
Unless you do, Brian.
Unless you have a great plan. Like first turn charging me like you did last game. That was great. We should do that again.
Funny thing, we don't actually know when the pregame move happens. Does it happen right now? Does it happen pre-orders? I'll bet it does.
Okay, so let's do our scout moves. I'll go do mine. You could do yours. So you have the 2 kind of elite robot units. I have my 2 jump units, and they're all going to get to pregame.
So we're going to scout move. This is probably alternating, but I think both of us just had a plan.
We both deployed in a position that we needed to be in.
Well, thank you, Code of Zero. He says, hello there. With me so down on 40K, it has been amazing to see AOS, Aeronautica, and now Star Wars Legion.
Yeah.
Honestly, I still love 40K, of course, but I'm getting more and more excited by the different games that are out there. These guys move 2 big sticks?
They move, yes, two sticks.
Right.
And they're going to be ground floor, but I'm going to put them on top so that people can see them. But there's like a little garage bay here, so they're right in front of the bay doors.
And it looks like we're doing this right. Chat.
Can they go through walls?
Chat is saying basically, as soon as you deploy, you do the scout, actually.
Oh, as soon as you deploy.
When you deploy them? That's wild.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so my, normally troops can't just like run through walls, but as we said, my commandos have scale, which essentially lets them ignore terrain. They like clamber up on things and slide under. You know, they have tiny little wiry droid bodies. They can just climb under them.
Okay, are we ready for our first kind of initiative card?
Did I put a card out?
You did not.
Oh, I didn't.
Where do you guys want to reveal these cards? Should we try the...
We're going to have to read them out. I think it's going to be really hard to see the cards initially.
It's worth noting, there's like 4 generic cards and 3 cards specific to your commander. So choosing your commander...
So I have like Obi-Wan cards and you have Dooku cards. So here, we can put them here if you want.
All right.
I don't know if they're going to be legible.
Oh, maybe. No.
I chose an Assault, which is a 3-pip card.
I also chose Assault, which
Yeah.
is a 3-pip card.
So now we roll off.
So now the red die is essentially a 4. There's 3 blocks on the red die.
Yeah.
So one of us will be blocks and the other person will not be blocks.
Okay, I'll be blocks.
Okay, you'll be blocks.
So
Brian has priority.
Priority for me. So because we chose the same number of pips, basically that's just how it goes. So we put both our cards face down over there. They're out of the game. And I will get to ready 3 units, and it doesn't have to be my general. It's just 3 units.
Within 3...
Within 3 of my general.
Rangy sticks of your general.
Okay, so I am going to ready one of my Phase 1 clone troopers here. And I will also ready my tank, because the tank is going to be hard to pull out of the random. And I don't want my tank just getting shot in the side by your tank.
Yeah, your tank has weak points on the rear and the side.
That's correct. And that would be not ideal for me.
Oh, it would be great, Brian. Let's make that happen.
Not ideal for me. And then I think the next one I might want to activate is I've got those elite guys just kind of out in the open.
Your ARC troopers, yeah.
I don't love them being out in the open.
I do.
I know. I know you do. I'm so glad you're happy with it. And then my third might be Obi-Wan, just so that I can generate some dodge tokens.
Cool. This is also probably alternating, but we both definitely had turn 1 plans on what we want to do.
I didn't. I just made it up as I went along.
What? Okay, well, I had plans. So
Look at you, strategizing.
It's going to be the tank, which then gives an order through the droid commander to these droids, which then give an order to these droids, which then give an order
So this is everyone within 1 basically just keeps activating.
Excellent. I will put an order on Dooku, and I will put an order on my droidicas. So those are my 3. And now the only 2 that I have left are my commandos, and they're the same type, so it doesn't matter which one I pull. So now I can just activate anybody I want.
It's a very, very powerful tactic is what he's using.
The only thing that matters is I have AI. My droids, if they don't have direct orders, they kind of have a routine they're trying to do.
Yeah.
So these commandos have to move or dodge with their first action when they don't.
And he's intending to move. So
yeah, and two rules that have come in real quick here, Bridger. One is that it looks like your scout droids can't scale or jump as part of their scout move. So
no, they're ground floor. We're fine.
Oh, okay,
they're ground floor.
Okay,
they're just in the building.
So we can see
They're not
them
on
better.
top. I put them on top so you can see.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
And then also, some people are just mentioning that Dooku's cunning ability only works with his specific
I did not
cards.
win the tie, because cunning does not apply here. We both use generic cards. Dooku has a rule cunning, which is when I use his specific cards, I win ties on the pips.
that's right. So if he really needs to go first, he can use the Dooku card with 1 pip.
Yeah.
And if I put a card with 1
Guaranteed.
pip down, he'll always win.
Yeah.
Which is actually very strong.
Very cool.
Very, very, very strong. It's like game-winningly strong at when it happens. Okay, I get to activate first. Because the tank is the main thing at risk, I think that's the thing I need to go with. And I do want to move, and I likely do want to. I might move and shoot because I can definitely see your tank because they're just so tall.
They're quite tall.
Does the tank get heavy cover?
Not from the barricades, but they do from
the
building.
wall.
So pretty much all of our terrain is heavy cover for this game. We didn't really have much that we felt was light cover on this board.
Right.
Yeah, so heavy cover we'll get to as soon as we start shooting.
Yeah, so what we have here is I have this little thing that I put in the front of the tank.
Does your tank move the 2 or the 1? I think it moves the 1.
Okay, can you give me the 1?
Here's your 1.
Yeah, so we put this here, and then that's the orientation and position of the tank.
Oh,
so
it does move the 2. I was wrong.
Okay, great.
My tank moves the 1.
Now, unfortunately, it doesn't fit there. So we do have to be careful. They're quite large.
You can use a smaller move,
Yeah.
so you could use the 1.
Yeah, I might need to use the 1.
You can also stop anywhere along your movement.
I don't have a better, more interesting target. So we're just going to do this. And the nice thing is it's going to defend Obi-Wan because he's now behind the tank.
Right.
Which was kind of my main goal here. And I didn't want to get shot in the side. So, okay, so I've activated my tank. I also, it's worth noting, I'm going to get some surge tokens.
Oh, yes, both of us have aggressive tactics, so we got to surge up.
So let's explain what this is. A surge token is a token that you can put onto a unit, and when they have it, they get to convert the surge blanks into actual hits. Now, anyone that we've given an order to gets a surge.
Up to 4.
Up to 4.
And we both have aggressive
And
tactics.
I've only activated 3, so I'm only going to get 3.
Yeah.
And that aggressive tactics is like an upgrade we paid for our commander.
For our commanders, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to surge my tank. I'm going to surge the missile squad. I'm going to surge the droidicas. And this red squad, I think, will get shot.
Now, the nice thing about these surges is my army gets to share them.
Yeah.
So that makes it very powerful. Okay, so I've moved with my tank. Now, let's try and shoot.
Oh, you can shoot me?
I think so. It's probably better than throwing a dodge because there's not too many huge attacks coming in, and I do have cover in a lot of places. So let's just go with, let's just shoot.
So you have Arsenal 2. You can pick any 2 of your 3 guns.
Yeah, so there's not a lot to hit with my beam weapon at the moment, so I'm going to use what's called my high energy shells.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my basic twin lateral GA-6N laser cannons. So those are the side cannons. So here's how this works. On my card, it tells me how many shots my lateral cannons get. They get 2 red, 2 black, 2 white. That's excellent already. And then my high energy shells, this was like an 8-point upgrade. It's 2 more red, 1 more white. It's a lot of dice.
And we're going to add up all the keywords of both those guns because they're both shooting the same target.
Right. So
So you're up to critical 2.
Yep, so I get to convert 2 surges
Into crits.
Into criticals. So those are those kind of blanks. And
you
then you can't dodge. You don't have dodge. And that's it.
But you have impact 2.
Yeah.
Which, because I have armor, is going to turn 2 of your hits into crits.
Yeah.
And then you have... That's it. Okay.
Okay.
So
So
you're
we're
in
gonna,
range for this weapon, this attack?
It's range up to 4, I think?
it's range up to 4, yeah. You know what? I should have checked.
We can check.
I just assumed I was, and you're right. It's worth checking. Oh, no, I'm just out.
Oh, you're out of range?
Oh, okay, well, thank you. Thank you for double checking with us, Zach. So that's a shame. We just counted out all the dice. We just explained it. But here's what we'll do instead. What I'll do instead is just use a dodge token.
There you go.
So I'll generate a dodge. Now, this dodge token is pretty crucial because I can share this again with almost anybody, and it's very useful for, let's say, Obi-Wan, who can make good use of them.
And Brian, your tank can move sideways, so you know.
You can strafe, because it's a hover tank. But this was the movement that got him closest. You can always pre-measure with the rangy sticks, these ones. But you can never pre-measure with the movie sticks.
Interesting.
Which is a strange rule, but I understand it, because like charges, like my guys move this far, and my vibro sword droids. And if I were to just be like, okay, 1, 2, oh, I know I can fight you, right?
Yeah.
That would be a little
Yeah, I think that was still probably one of the best moves I could do. Okay, that's my activation. It is your activation next.
Alrighty.
What are you choosing to do?
These red droids here
Yep.
are in a precarious position.
They're kind of just out in the open.
They could be shot at any moment.
Yeah.
And I would not enjoy that. So I'm going to activate them. And I'm going to move them. And then I think I'm going to shoot them. Let me check.
Ooh.
Reassemble my measuring thing. This gun only goes up to 3. So I would have to be exceedingly close.
Yeah, it's just not going to be in range.
So that's not going to happen. So I'm going to move, and then my second action probably won't matter.
Okay, guys, 2 more things that I think do matter. One is that only clone troopers can share. So if you have a clone pilot in your tank, he can share.
Which I do.
Which you do, so that's good to clarify.
Oh, but that means Obi-Wan can't. Is that what they're saying?
Tanks can't share unless they're clone troopers.
Which I have.
He has that.
I
Yep.
did have the veteran clone pilot upgrade for my tank.
Okay, good to know. And then some people are saying you can always pre-measure. So
That's not what the little booklet I have says.
It says you could pre-measure with the big sticks, but not the movement sticks, is what
Right.
we thought we read. But
That's what I read. And I still watched a video, and the video said the same thing. So
let us know. Double
Yeah.
check.
So my first action is going to be move. I have nothing really else to do, so I'm going to dodge with them, I guess.
All right.
So if you want to hand me one of the little webby ones, and they'll have a dodge, and that's my activation.
Yeah. So in case I got cheeky, came out around the side or something like that, it's just not gonna. It's not gonna get them.
I'm not having it.
Okay. So I don't. We're gonna be cagey for this first turn because
We are.
There's not a lot of value in coming out into the open. Now, if I want to come over this wall,
It lowers your movement by 1 size.
so I did activate Obi-Wan, but I don't want to move him just yet. So what I think I'm going to do is I might just pull a random order
Oh, he's going for it.
out of the bag. Yeah, so these are my order chips.
You'll never know.
They're randomized by Bridger. Thank you so much.
I got you.
And I'll just pull one, and that's one of my
elite.
special troops, which
our
is
troopers.
what I was really hoping for. So what we're going to do is activate this squad that's up here in the open.
yeah, it looks like pre-measuring is totally okay, thanks to a couple updates back. And
cool.
that clone pilot in the tank has to be exhausted to share.
That's fine.
So whatever that.
So you can you can tap the card to share.
Sounds good.
And thank you, Deathwing. I've been waiting for the day since at Frag and at The Dead Beaver and I started this project. I just wish it was later in the day so I could watch live.
Well, we're happy to have you, and thank you so much for helping. There was like a coordination of efforts to make this happen, and we're excited.
So I'm doing a double move, kind of get them up into cover. So we've got my special troopers up in cover there.
You're hiding, Brian.
This first game that we played yesterday, he essentially killed half my army on turn 1.
Wow. Wow.
It was really, really bad. And then I learned, oh, I'm supposed to be defensive with this army.
Right. Yes.
And so
it's a hard lesson.
I'm trying to learn my lesson. I was like, oh, these droids, they can't hit. And then he was just like, boo, 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 and everything was dead. And I was just like, oh, okay.
It's a bit dangerous.
So I'm learning to be a little more careful this time.
Okay, I think I'm going to activate my tank.
All right. Good luck.
That sounds right. I'm going to activate my tank.
Thank you, Swins. Watch out for your friend Palpatine and your pal.
My friend
Palpatine.
Who's my friend?
Fred Patine.
Zach, what are you saying?
I'm reading a super chat. It says, watch out for your friend Palpatine and your pal Friend Patine. Hello there, Titans. The clones are my favorite thing in Star Wars, so go clones.
Go clones!
Swins goes on to say, as a glacier speed painter, I'm still painting stuff that was good in 8th. Which should I do first for my salamanders? Blade Guard vets, Erad, E-R-A-D, Redemptors, or Forge World Terminators?
Blade Guard veterans are super cool. They play well, and I love the unit. The one thing I will say is there's a lot of trim and stuff on them. They were really slow to paint for me. So I suffered a lot trying to paint them. So I will say that was pretty rough for me. Whereas the Terminators, I also have Forge World Terminators. They were slow for me to paint too. They have tons of details. And the other one was a Contemptor of some kind.
It just says Forge World terms.
Forge World Terminators.
Eradicators.
Oh, the Eradicators paint up in like seconds. They are so easy. Big, chunky ridges on them, easy, and they're Melta. So if you're looking to just kind of get an easy win, the Eradicators are the easy win. But the Blade Guard are just going to be consistently your best unit as a Salamander. They're so good. All right, so you moved your tank. You double checked. It is in range.
I'm in range of both the clone troopers behind the wall. And your tank. And I'm thinking about doing a little bit of split fire in here.
Oh,
but
nice.
I don't think that'll actually help me. Now that I think about it. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to shoot both guns. I'm going to exhaust my high energy shells because I'm firing them. So I'm going to fire my high energy shells and my artillery laser cannon at your tank. I will have a combined critical 3. This is high velocity, so you can't dodge.
I cannot dodge. That's correct.
Impact 1. So I'm going to turn 3 surges into crits and 1 hit into a crit. And
so impact 1 turns 3 surges,
no,
not just
impact
1
1 is 1 hit into a crit.
Okay.
Critical 3, because I'm combining the critical 1
3.
and critical 2.
Wow.
Combined into 3, is going to turn the surges into crits.
Okay.
And the reason this matters is hits don't do anything against tanks.
You need criticals.
Only crits do anything to tanks because they are armored. Ready to go when you are, Mr. Zachary.
All right.
Oh, we're ready.
Nice.
No, we're already ready. Never mind.
Let's see it.
Hi-up!
Don't one-shot my tank. All right.
That was terrible.
So, yeah, that was bad. So all these blank dice are literally blanks.
And so I have 2 hits.
The solids are hits.
And a surge.
Which converts to, the hits turn to criticals.
1 hit turns into a critical for impact. And then 1, up to 3 surges, but I only rolled 1. So I have 2 crits on you.
Right.
So that's 2 armor checks for you.
Now, remind me.
Red armor.
Yeah, so remind me, can Obi-Wan defend against a tank?
Can he Guardian for a tank?
Yeah.
That's a great question. Let's check the Guardian keyword. I printed out every keyword in the game because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, this is something I would love to just try out to see if I could.
Well, while we look that up, here's from Blake. Thank you, Blake. And Blake is one of the dudes who helped us get this together. Happy Legion Day. I'm proud of Hitoloops, Deathwing, 7405, and myself of the effort put into this. Special thanks to Hitoloops for the amazing paint job.
Yeah, really great paint jobs. Yeah. The armies look great. Again, huge thanks to both of you for making this happen. It's pretty amazing.
And Hitoloops mentioned earlier in chat that something happened to Obi-Wan's face that kind of melted a little bit. And we were looking at it earlier and we were saying, Obi-Wan not quite up to the standards of the rest of this army, and then we found out why.
His face melted.
Something happens. But Hitoloops, everything else still looks amazing.
Well, he's holding his lightsaber really close to his face.
That's probably.
For an extended period, I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
if you are going to Guardian.
Now, he is Guardian 3.
So you can take up to 3 of the hits.
Yeah.
And put them on yourself.
And then
any unit.
Right.
But it's high velocity, so your dodge will do nothing. I know what you're about to say.
Yeah, Guardian crits.
Sorry?
Can't Guardian crits? Is that what you said?
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, so you just have your 2 saves on the tank.
Here's the tanks. I need little triangles or surges to block. 2 blocks.
2 blocks, so nothing happens.
So literally, that's like armor saves completely. I'm completely safe.
That's my whole activation.
Phew. Because these tanks, they can spike.
They can spike.
Okay, so my activation next. I want to activate those clone troopers in the back. So I'm going to pull randomly.
Okay.
And hope I get a troop, which I
got a
did.
troop.
So it's all working out. So what we're going to do is activate this trooper squad here, and we kind of want to just get up into cover for next turn. So I want to move over the barricade, or I could just move around the barricade, and that's pretty fast also. So I might just do that, move twice, and kind of tuck in here somewhere. I think that's probably my best bet.
Thank you, Thomas. Howdy from the Three Amigos. With the rise of Star Wars Legion, I too decided to jump in.
Oh, cool.
I got the starter set, Solo, Chewie, Mandalorians, and the Wookiees.
Oh,
I will
so cool.
be building while you amigos play. Looking forward to seeing Dooku's head fly off again. How do you build your list for Legion compared to 40K?
Okay, so funny story. We didn't write these lists. I tried to write a list, and it was apparently very bad. And I sent it to our good buddies, Blake and oh no,
Hit loops.
no.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I remember his Discord name is Frag, but I don't remember his real life name. No, I'm failing.
Ross?
Anyway, Ross. Yes, thank you, Zach. Zach's perfect. So I sent the list that I wrote to Blake and Ross, and I said, hey, how's this? Should we play this on air? And they were like, you're close.
What was bad about your list?
You're close.
Did it have just too many heroes or something?
I took all missile launchers.
Oh, yeah.
It's not good. And that was the main. I also had configured my upgrades a little wrong.
Right.
So there's some optimizations where it's you want the missile launcher with the HQ uplink so that when you recover both of them.
Yeah, right. There's efficiencies there.
But we ended up getting all the units I wanted to play.
Right.
And they just helped me with the upgrades. And that's kind of where the finesse in Star Wars seems to be, is you can choose the units you want to play, and then the upgrades is really the list building.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. So let's say I wanted a unit of clone troopers. This card here, it says 52 points, and this is a unit of 4 clone troopers. So you just get 4 clone troopers, 52 points. And then there's certain upgrades you could put on them. Like here, this is 13 points for 1 extra clone trooper.
There you go.
And then this is 30 points for 1 extra clone trooper with a special weapon.
With a fancy gun.
Right? And then that's it. We built a squad. And same sort of thing when you have your general like Obi-Wan. Cool, Obi-Wan, 175 points.
That's a lot.
And then we put 10 points for his Force Guardian power, 10 points for his Force Push power. He can only have 2 Force powers, so those are the 2 we've picked. And then 10 points for
Aggressive Tactics.
Aggressive Tactics, which is like a general ability. And that's how you build it. It's just you pick a unit and you can have certain slots for upgrades.
Yeah.
It's pretty great, pretty quick. All right, so I moved my clone troopers up. Use my little pointy stick. I use my clone troopers up over here, just to kind of hide. There's actually, you can't really see, but there's like an open door right through here. And there's even an open door that's kind of through here, but it's like like heavy cover, and so I'm fairly defended. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Alrighty. I'm gonna activate my droidicas.
The droidicas, yep.
So I could, as soon as I activate them, I can put them in ball mode. And here's where I have to make that
they have
decision.
2 modes, right?
2 modes.
They're either standing and shooting,
Right.
or they're in their like rolly mode where they're going really fast.
So when they stand and shoot, they move the one tiny thing, and when they're in ball mode, they move the giant
ton.
thing.
Yeah.
And when they're in ball mode, they have cover 2. They're really hard.
They're
to
very
hurt.
defensive.
But they can't shoot. And that's the trade-off. I see no reason not to go into ball mode because I'm not going to shoot anything that matters. I can shoot your tank, but
Yeah.
whatever. So I'm going to grab a ball mode token.
Okay.
So we remember he's in ball mode.
Okay.
Thank you, Malik, longtime viewer, first-time super chatter, and of course it's for Star Wars Legion.
Yeah.
Hopefully the first of many. It's a great game.
We genuinely like the game, and we will be playing it more. And I dare say, after we've played a few games and actually gone through the collection that we were sent, we will add more to it.
Yeah, I think this is a game that I would be interested in collecting.
Yeah.
And what's also fun is we accidentally sort of have Endor, right?
We have
As
a great board for Endor, so
Yeah.
that we could play the kind of this is the prequel trilogy. We could play the other ones, get ourselves Luke and Han and Darth Vader and stuff like that. And that would be really cool as well. So we'll definitely be collecting it and playing more. You guys have successfully got us into it.
I think I'm going to move. So I have a ton of move. I can do this 3 thing twice. I'm just going to block off.
So no one's coming through the door.
And because they're vehicles, I'll get heavy cover if you try to shoot through that door.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That's my plan. Sticking to it.
It's a great plan. Yep.
So I double moved my droidicas.
No
back to you,
shield
Brian.
when they're in ball mode, Bridgers. So you
They
know.
don't regen their shields, or they don't. Can't flip active shield tokens. Yeah, so they don't use their shields in ball.
Yeah, which is the same. Like in the movies, they're like rolling with no shield, and then they pop up,
pop
and,
up,
it's,
and their shields come
comes
out.
All
So
right,
cool.
It is so cool, isn't it? I'm into it. Okay, so let's move this unit of clone troopers over here. They are unfortunately the ones without the special weapon, but they're going to get a clear line of sight on the droidicas.
You wouldn't dare, Brian.
You know what? I would dare. Does this roof come off? It does. So I wonder if people can see inside. Yeah, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move my one here, and the rest are all just going to pop up into this building and get some shots onto these droidicas.
You wouldn't dare.
Any amount of damage you take off a droidica is money well spent.
They seem really scary. You
They're
know, when
terrifying.
I saw the models, I was like, these guys,
So that's where they
based
are.
on the
Move
movies,
back
must
up.
be insane, right?
They are excellent. They're excellent. So let me just, I don't have any special weapons, but I do have 3 range, so plenty of range. And let's just go. This is a phase 1 clone squad. It's only 5 clone troopers, and they all have 1 black dice each. So it's just 5 black dice.
5 black
2,
dice.
3, 4, 5. And I have 1 surge token, and no one else in range to give a surge token. So here we are. We need hits, or surge will do. Okay, 3 hits.
3 hits. So my
It's
cover,
totally fine.
I've covered 2. So of the 3 hits, none of
And
them
it's
were
because,
crits.
because they're in ball mode.
They're in ball mode.
They get cover 2.
So heavy cover is cover 2, which means 2 hits just come out immediately.
Yeah.
And then I will have to roll save. They do have poopy white dice saves. So we're looking for a block here.
Okay.
That's not it.
I did damage.
Did
And they have
damage.
what, 3
They have
damage
3
each?
each.
So listen,
One down.
damage, very valuable.
That's big.
Yeah, very valuable.
Progress.
Okay. That was my activation.
Well, now, Brian, it's my activation.
All right.
What am I going to do? I'm going to take these droids over this barrier.
Yeah.
I'm going to activate my blue droids, so I'll flip that over. Take them over this barrier, and you've given me something to shoot, Brian, and I will now shoot it. So here's my leader, and then we'll just place everybody in cohesion. Oh, look at this. The squad's going to get cover. This is janky.
What's the range on cohesion?
It's one.
Now keep in mind, you're going to have to be, you're going to not be able to
right.
see.
Line of sight.
You can literally see with 1.
Yeah.
Actually,
So I'll
1.
just put. Yeah, you're right. I'll put them over here in cohesion.
You still have cover. It's just less cover, right?
I have cover through this door from these barriers,
Right.
and through this door from the droidicas. So I feel pretty safe. And then let's check my range.
So the barriers, if I shoot through them at any point in my traversal, you're going to get cover. You don't have to be near them, right?
Correct. So we measure range from the leader. It looks like I'm out.
Oh, you are out.
I'm out.
Aha.
So
So would you like to move again?
we're gonna move again.
Yeah.
Seems like
Get
the
into an even
proper-
better position, maybe.
the proper play. Now I can do my full 2 move. This is so cool. Check this out. You just like move all the models out of the way, and then you move the leader. Oh my god.
It's great.
What a great system.
It works pretty well.
Thank you, Colin. Psyched for Legion. What are some good starter stuff for Gene Stealer cults? Want to get some and excited for possible codex coming soon. Possibly save for Adrian. Well, Adrian's not here right now. Brian,
Yeah, Adrian's not
what do
here.
you think?
I definitely love the Gene Stealer cults as well. The acolytes are probably, what do you think? The kind of the best unit.
I mean, it's Codex Acolyte right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So right now, that's the only surefire unit that you could take. They are very, very strong with their big saws. We take almost as many of them as we can. They're very, very good. On top of that, the units that I've always loved are the Jackals.
And the characters are good. I think it's safe.
You kind of need almost one of every character.
collect
There are
them,
a couple characters that aren't great,
Yeah.
but they're all cool. You have to have a Patriarch, you have to have a Magos, you have to have a Primus. You need all of these. And the Jackals and Jackal Alphas, I think, are genuinely always interesting and always worth taking. Everything else after that, to me, is a wild card, and I have no idea how it's going to pan out. So if you with the Codex coming out, it could go any way. So I wouldn't. I don't know. I would always wait if I cared about playing the game, or if I cared about like getting things that were strong.
every
and
army
synergistic.
needs troops and characters. So start
Yeah,
there, and
start
that's what's
there.
good now. So
Yeah.
You're up,
Okay,
Ryan.
My activation next. I could activate this squad and shoot some more droidicas.
you wouldn't dare.
I might. I might just dare. And I might even just stand here, aim, and shoot.
Wow.
Yeah.
The audacity.
Or I could double move to get to this barricade. But then I wouldn't be shooting. So I'm going to aim and shoot. So basically what happens is, oh, you know what? I have to draw that card because they're not ready. So here we go. I drew it, and it's not them.
It's elite.
It's the elite. So I didn't get lucky. I didn't get the unit I wanted, but they're not going anywhere. So
So you think.
you're right. You got me. So I do have my these guys. They could jump over the wall and they could go into you. But they'd be asking for it. You still have
The green squad.
the green squad that
and
hasn't
Dooku
activated.
and my sharpshooters.
The sharpshooters are no joke. The green squad is a bit of a joke.
Wow.
When I'm in cover, you
How
know.
dare you?
If I'm in cover, they're not the strongest. Can you? What am I move? Let's see what my move range would be. If I wanted to come more over to this side, I wouldn't be able to see the droidicas. So I could get into the cover here, but it's a really dangerous place to be.
It is.
I'm far enough away from Dooku that he couldn't move and force push me.
But, well, it's a little dangerous, Brian.
You could double move and then force push, and then you would have no action left to fight. So
But he can choke you.
I know.
You don't want to get choked, Brian.
What's the range on choke?
1.
And is
But I
that
can
in-
move, choke.
You can move, choke. Okay. So, but then Dooku would be like right up in front of me.
Which is where he wants to be.
Yeah. Okay.
It is.
I'm not sure that sounds smart, but let's. Do I want to get shooting? It's like I don't really. We have the droidicas that are currently not in shield mode. This is like a good time to take wounds off them.
If you say so.
So I think I kind of want to do it. All right,
He's doing it.
I'm doing it.
Brian's hopping on that objective. He's going to get blasted.
I know. What am I doing?
This seems like a mistake.
No.
I'm not an expert at this game, Brian, but what you're doing right now feels like a mistake.
Or does it feel awesome?
No, I think it's a mistake.
Okay. It's just a mistake. Where was their card? I don't.
You
I don't-
pulled it.
Yeah, I don't know where it went.
it's-
Maybe I put it down already.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's here. It's here. It's here. Okay. So let's shoot. I do have a special weapon in here. It's not bad, and they're a sharpshooter, so they get an aim token automatically,
For moving.
which is great. Aim token. And then let's do it. So we have the DC-15X arc weapon. It's one red, one black. It's not a ton of shots, but it does have critical 1. So a surge turns into a critical. And lethal 1, I could spend this 1 aim token to get 1
pierce.
pierce.
Yeah.
And remind us what pierce is?
So Pierce removes that many successful blocks, or essentially turns them into blanks.
Right. So you have heavy cover and I can kill a block, or no?
Heavy cover doesn't interact with Pierce.
Okay, okay. But if you did roll a block, I would deny it.
Yes.
So here we go.
So you're shooting your DC-15 and I think you're in range to use the hand blaster, if you want to use that. So you can have a black and white, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
And this is at the droidicas.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah.
And I will burn my 1 aim token. So I could either use the aim token to reroll 2 dice, right? Or I could use it for
For this ability.
this ability. I'm going to use it for this ability.
There you go.
Let's just go hot. Okay. So 1 surge turns into a crit.
From your critical, yeah.
Yep. And then 1 hit. So I've got 1 crit, 1 hit.
So I can't get rid of the crit, but I can cover away the hit.
Yes.
And then it does not matter what I roll on this die.
Because my pierce.
Pierce 1.
Yeah.
But
So
I'll roll
I've
it.
effectively done 1 damage.
damage.
And so 1 droidica has 1 wound left. It's something.
Well, Brian, you're about to learn how terrible that mistake was. And activate the green squad.
Okay.
Green squad going in.
That's this squad right over here.
Roger.
Let's
do it.
see.
You're going to get blasted.
I mean, go for it. This is the squad with a missile launcher.
It is. I'm not going to shoot the missile launcher, though.
Now, just so you guys know, someone in chat earlier was saying to make sure you guys know, I think it was Blake, that you can use surges to defend.
Yes. Yep. We can use, so Droidica automatically surge their defense. It's on their card. But that's why, we have surge tokens on our tanks, and we're pretty much just going to use those surge tokens to block. But yeah, the Droidicas do currently have a surge token, but they auto surge defense.
Right. So their surge is actually meaningless at the moment, except because they're not shooting this round.
Right.
Okay, so the green squad all within 3 of me, or 3 from the leader. So what are we shooting with here?
So I don't know if it's worth.
Because the missile
Nah, it's
launcher
worth it.
has to shoot and then reload.
Yeah, we're gonna do it though.
So he's tapping his card essentially.
I'm gonna use the missile launcher,
Use the missile launcher.
which gives me just better dice, and it gives me impact, but that doesn't matter because you don't have armor. Does it matter? No, because
It's
you don't
better
have, you
against
don't have armor.
tanks.
It only does anything if you have armor.
Yeah.
So we're just looking for a ton of crits. Crits would be good, and I do have 1 surge token here to burn. So we have 2 crits,
And 2 hits.
2 hits, and I will surge this into a hit. So
Okay,
burn my surge
so
token.
it was like very respectable.
So your cover takes away the 2 hits,
Yep.
and then you have 3 saves because you have 2 crits. And a
So
hit.
listen, 3 saves and only 2 models. We're gonna see if this is worth it or not. Now I have 2 red dice.
3 saves.
Oh, it was 3 saves. Yeah, that's bad. It
It was a huge mistake, Brian.
was a huge mistake.
You goofed.
Okay.
Oh!
All 3 saves. No lessons were learned.
You're mean right now, Brian.
No lessons
I
were
don't
learned.
appreciate this.
In our last game, he rolled so hot.
I did roll
And
really
I
hot.
just, everything died of mine.
Yeah.
So, listen, no lessons learned.
No lessons learned.
Bridger, you love that. That was such a Bridger thing.
That was
to
pretty
do.
good. That was, I
You're
enjoyed
into
that.
it.
But now it's your activation, Brian.
Yeah, it is. Hooray! I'm not dead yet. This is great. I was ready to be dead. Okay. Well, let's shoot some droidicas more. I have this squad over here. They're going to aim, and they're going to fire.
Okay.
So that's them. I pull their card. They're the last card here. So I pull them here, aim and fire. So I'm going to put a little aim token next to them for now. And I'm going to use the aim for rerolls because I can't convert the aim into anything else, I do not believe. This gun does have critical 1, so I'm naturally going to get to convert 1 surge.
Into a crit.
And so this DC 15 is 2 red dice, and then the other 5 guys in the squad are all going to have
black
black
dice.
dice each.
Now, guys, just so I also know, based on what Chad is talking about here,
Yeah.
will Brian have to take suppression test for
Oh,
those
yes.
guys?
So he gets a suppression token because he got hit. So you just put 1 suppression.
So this squad here does have a suppression token. It's going to be irrelevant.
It'll go away at the end of
because
the round.
I've already acted with them. If they had not acted yet, there was a chance that that would suppress their action. And the 1 suppression token goes away from every unit at the end of the round.
Yeah.
So there's, unless you somehow manage to put more suppression tokens on
I'm
them.
going to shoot lightning at you.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll shoot lightning at me. All right. So for now, we're going to kill 1 droidica.
You won't, actually. Because you don't have line of sight to the one that's injured.
Is that how that works?
Yup. This game is very strange.
So then the other one gets wounded.
Yup.
So I should move and shoot them.
It's your call.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
It's a weird game.
So you can only kill models you have line of sight to.
Yeah.
And you normally can't allocate wounds typically.
I believe I allocate.
Could you choose to allocate?
Yes. So you assign wounds, or I take damage, and then I allocate them to models that are in line of sight.
Right.
And not the leader.
Right. So for now, let's say this is the leader here.
Yeah, that is the leader.
Okay.
But the
leader
only
can
way
end
the
up-
leader can take wounds
Is
and
if
not be
he's
the
the
last
only
is
one.
if he's the only person in line of sight.
I see.
Strange game.
Okay.
We found
I
the edge cases.
I might move and shoot then, because
Oh, he's leaving his cover, guys.
I'm definitely considering it. Where's my
Where's your leader?
Where's my leader? Oh, it's this guy. Yeah.
Red 5,
So
calling in.
okay, so I will get. Can you pass me my other move stick? Let me just see if it's faster to go up and around. Blah 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 blah.
Well, thank you, Skull Crusher 206. I'm so glad you guys started playing this game. I started a couple of months ago, and I've been having so much more fun than I ever did with Warhammer. I still love Warhammer, but I find this more fun.
Yeah, a lot of people prefer alternate activation games. They're more, involved. It's like you're kind of always doing something. And who doesn't love Star Wars?
Well, that's an interesting
Aha.
back and forth, right? Sometimes games are, I think AOS is a little more fun than 40K, but maybe not quite as rewarding when you have like a super awesome game.
Yeah.
different
All these
feeling.
games are fantastic. They're definitely not the same. This is pretty. Look at this, right? This is grad right
dope.
now. Okay, so I did move. They all do have line of sight now, and let's go for
blasting.
it. Let's get to blasting. So I don't have the aim token, but I do have
Just roll hot.
1 crit, 1 surge that turns into a crit.
So you have
And-
2 crits total.
2 crits and all hits. Basically.
Bajillion hits. So the 2 of the hits will come out for my cover.
Yep.
And then I have 4 saves to make?
You have 4 saves.
All right. This is going to hurt.
Yeah.
Ow. I think I'm losing a Droideka here.
You can lose both.
Yeah, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, Brian. Hiya! Okay, so the
Whoa.
last guy's alive on 1.
So we lost to Droideka and 1-on-1 win. So I think we've learned a lesson. Droideka's up without their shields. Bad idea.
No, I learned no lessons.
No lessons? I feel like you should have learned a lesson.
I never learn lessons.
That's true.
That's a fact.
So I'm done my activation. It's your next. You have Dooku last. That's your last activation.
Dooku and my 2. You must have things left.
I have 1, which is just Obi-Wan.
Because I have 3 left to do.
Yeah, you have more units than me.
I do.
So I just have Obi-Wan left, and I did go first, so that's why.
Right. So might as well activate Dooku. He's a cool guy.
Yep.
So he's going to move his 2.
Yes, he will.
And then
He's going to move again.
check my range of 1. Nope. So I can't force push you yet. Ooh. Yeah. Now we're going to do it. Okay. So he's going to move again.
Yep.
This is his second normal action. Or do I lightning you? What's the range on lightning?
I thought it was 1, but it could be 2.
Lightning is range 2.
Ooh.
So I can
That's a
either
respectable range.
lightning you or move again and then push and choke you.
Ooh. All of that sounds deadly.
It is all deadly. I think move, push, choke is the way to go.
Okay, so he's doing a second move. So these are his
few
2
reasons.
actions. Now the Jedi actions, the Jedi abilities are free abilities.
Yeah, so you tap the card. So I've done my second normal activation. Now I'm going to tap force push.
Which allows him to move my unit kind of 1 movement.
A 1 move, and I'm just going to push you into combat with me.
Right?
Scoop.
So he's just pulling me. It's like, get over here.
So now you're in combat with both squads.
Yep.
Take your suppression and your order.
Okay.
And then I'm going to force choke you, so you take a damage and the guy dies.
Yeah, and there's no way to defend against it, right?
Correct.
So it has to be my special weapon because it can't be my leader.
Can't be your leader.
Right. So one special clone trooper is dead.
Cheeky little tactics here. And that is Dooku's activation.
Okay. Now we don't get to fight because fight is an action you have to take.
Right.
You used both moves, so you don't have any fight. But next turn, that guy's right in the thick of it.
Yeah, he's donezo.
Yeah, he's in a bad spot.
He's he's also engaged, which is great for me
I'd have
you
to fall
can't
back.
shoot the droids or Dooku until
Can I
he
shoot
falls
my
back.
pistols in close combat?
No, Brian.
Aw.
Unless they have, there's a keyword for that, and I don't think they have.
For whatever it's worth, you can't be in combat with both. And the
not?
special weapons guy is the leader.
Oh, great.
So this guy's dead. Special weapon guy is alive. Why can't he be in combat with both?
I don't know.
Can't he just
then-
be sandwiched between me? Can we just touch?
All right, last up I have Obi-Wan.
Kenobi.
That's correct. And Obi-Wan is going to come and kind of defend this area here. So he's going to move. So move once, and then move twice.
It looks just like they're saying you can only be pulled into combat with 1 unit.
One model? Oh, one. Okay. That must be something to do with force push.
Okay, so we've
do not know.
activated Obi-Wan, and he's just kind of tucked in, ready to defend everyone over there. Let me just make sure I'm still in range to order, because I'm definitely going to want to make sure. Where's my guy? Right there. So actually, I'll push him over here a little more. There we go.
You got it.
Alrighty.
Welp. Both of my unknown orders are my commando squads.
Yeah.
So I will pull one, and it'll be commando.
Yes.
And you're done activating, right? You've done everything?
I've finished everything. It's all you from here on out.
Okay, so I'm going to activate my vibro swords.
Yeah. This is close combat unit. They're incredibly deadly. Literally, I ran my whole army away from them because of how deadly they are.
They're pretty spook.
I would like a turn of them almost like in the open so I can do to them what I did to the droidekas.
Yeah, so
Because they will die. They're not specially defensive against shooting.
they kind of are. They have impervious, so your pierce will be
Yeah.
mitigated somewhat.
Yeah.
They have to move or dodge for their first action. Dodging
Sure.
is pointless. So I am going to double move them.
Yep.
So we'll move. They have scale, so they're kind of like not caring about terrain.
Scale means they get to go through walls or over walls or things
Essentially,
like that,
yeah. It's worded in a very strange way, and I didn't understand it, and it was explained to me as they basically just ignore.
Just for clarification, it looks like you can be in combat with multiple units, but you cannot make a move action that would put you into combat with 2.
Oh, I see. And because force push is me making you make a move action, I understand. So I double moved my vibro swords to hide them behind this wall.
Yeah.
Because they can basically kickflip over and around walls, I'm now threatening your castle over there. You have an Obi-Wan castle, and I'm coming to get you.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And then I will activate my last squad of sharpshooters. Their first action has to be a move or a dodge because
they're in order range, so they don't have.
They were not ordered.
Oh,
so they do have to move or dodge.
Okay.
That's totally fine.
Right.
They also do cool kickflips because they're the same type of droid. So we're going to do a cool kickflip over that guy's. No, the weapon guy has to be the leader. So he's going to do a cool kickflip, and they're going to end up behind this wall.
Yep, ready to pop a shot.
And then we will shoot. Who will we shoot?
One guy can see one in the building.
The sniper guy can see in the building, yeah.
Yep, and then you could see those guys right in front.
Luckily, they do have different guns, so I can split shoot them.
Everyone is pretty covered up.
Yeah, I'll split shoot to just spread the love on.
Okay.
So they move, they get a hit token, or an aim token.
An aim token.
I'm going to spend it for lethal, and now.
So where's the sniper's going into this squad in the building?
Yes.
And then the pistol is going into the squad there?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me since they're both in cover, splitting is a surefire way to do nothing?
No, I'm just going to put. Well, first, I'm going to crit you, so that's not.
Okay.
Your cover's going to do nothing. And I'm also just looking to put suppression on you.
Okay.
That's my goal. But suppression comes off.
The suppression's going to come off.
I'll just shoot both at the squad not in the building.
Yeah, because you can't see both in there. Great. Let's go for it.
All right, here we go. We got there. Skablow!
Okay, one crit. And do you have critical on them?
They do surge attacks, so that becomes a hit.
Okay.
And then.
So then the 2 hits go away from my cover.
Yes, and my lethal means that the pierce will cause this to just go straight through. You can't save that.
No save.
Yeah.
So one guy does die.
Because no matter what you roll.
All right, and I get a suppression token. So they're suppressed, and one guy's dead.
Got it.
And it'll be not the leader, because I can't. All right.
And then that's the turn.
Another clone down. We finished turn 1.
We finished the turn. We made it. It only took an hour.
Yeah, it took an hour, but that's okay. We still have the most number of models, and we're going a little slow, just kind of explaining everything.
We have the intro and stuff.
Yeah, that was
Did
the
we
intro.
score anything?
No scoring in turn 1. So
Okay.
next turn, we have to kind of put the heat on
Yes.
in order to start scoring. And we only score with our infantry models. So
First things first.
Yeah,
in
we
the
got-
end step,
we'll
we pick up all the green.
pick up all
Tokens?
of, pretty much pick up everything.
Pick up 1 suppression off each unit. Pick up all the green tokens.
Yeah.
And also, our Jedi Masters will untap their corresponding number of Jedi powers.
Right.
Force powers. Got there. And I think I'm done with. Oh, I have to pick up all my orders.
What would happen if your, how would the roles have changed, do you guys remember, based on the fact that your guy is sharpshooter 1?
I spent that for lethal.
Okay.
So it wouldn't change at all, because I spent it.
Okie doke. Ready for turn 2? This is going to be the turn where it gets ugly.
We're going to start really blasting each other now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is going to be a very deadly turn, I think. I think a lot of things are going to die.
Okay, I have all mine. And you
There it is. Thank
have
you.
all yours. And it's time.
It is time. All right. So now we got to pick some cards. So this is where order is going to matter. So we got to ask ourselves, what are the units at risk? For instance, the Droideka. Very, very, very at risk. But as soon as he goes into shield mode, he has 4 shields on him. And all of a sudden, I'm going to have to burn like 3 units worth of shooting to kill him. We do also have my guy right here, very, very at risk.
He's in trouble.
But he could do 2 actions, right? So when you fall back, though, like withdraw.
That's one of them, yeah.
So I could withdraw and shoot. Yeah. So he could still pop a shot before he dies.
Before he dies.
So we do have units at risk.
We do. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I mean, it's tough.
God, he looks so regal in this picture. It's really just.
So sharpshooter just happens, it's not tied to
It's
lethal.
tied to a movement. And I did move. get the hit, and then spend the got the aim.
Okay, well, I'll ask chat for a nice, a very specific clarification because they're convinced that it was not done correctly. So
In what way?
we'll get a.
I think they're saying you get sharpshooter automatically without spending anything.
They spend the aim for lethal after the roll for defense, and the sharpshooter negates X cover, where X equals the sharpshooter level.
That is what sharpshooter does. Yeah.
So does that mean one more is dead, or
You have to roll. One
I have to
more
roll one defense?
I think.
Okay. All right, one more is dead.
Chat, did we do that right?
Let us know, chat. We can always fix it.
We goofed.
Let us know. Bloop. One more clone trooper, Gonzo. All right.
Oh, but okay. So I have sharpshooter, and you have also sharpshooter, but mine has reminder text that yours doesn't have.
Okay. Cool.
Chat will tell us.
Thanks, chat.
I'm ready. You ready?
Am I ready?
And we goofed that one. We might have just double goofed it there, because I don't know if I get the aim token.
Let me measure something.
Sharpshooter might do something I don't think it. Here, I have all the keywords. I'll check the keywords. But we used sharpshooter earlier and they didn't. While performing a ranged attack, reduce cover by X. Yeah, so it doesn't do the aim token thing at all. Where did I get that? Did I just make that up? I might have made that up. Whole cloth. I might have just come out of thin air.
This is really tricky.
You're
man.
like really fiddle-faddling over this.
It's not
decision.
easy. This is the toughest choice.
It's easy for me.
Is it? Well,
Never have regrets. Never learn anything.
I'm so glad for
and
you.
your decisions will become easy, Brian.
Okay.
You ready?
No? Jeez.
All right. So both of ours are out.
Okay.
You ready?
What did you use?
I used double the fall. So it's a 2-pip Count Dooku in 1 unit.
Okay.
What did you use?
I used my my trump card.
Okay.
My very best.
Ooh.
It's called Hello There.
Hello there.
It is an Obi-Wan Kenobi special card, and it lets me activate only Obi-Wan.
Ooh.
But it's a 1-pip, so I will get priority.
That's a strange decision, Brian.
I know.
That's quite the gamble.
And it's he gains nimble keyword.
Okay.
Which I don't remember what that does.
Brian, I might have some bad news for you.
What's that?
So you're within 2. So keep explaining yours.
Okay. Oh, is this the one that you did
This
before?
is the one I did before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
You
it's
may
gonna be-
have been out trump carded.
Yeah. Okay, so you win.
Brian
Okay.
did hello there. Which
Okay.
is 1 pip. He wins the bit.
Yeah, and so Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to gain 1 aim, 1 dodge, 1 standby, or 1 surge token for each enemy unit within range 1 or 2.
It's going to be 3.
It's it's several. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
So I'll gain a bunch of tokens, and then I could activate him. Now, tell them what your card does.
So
again.
my card, double the fall. We did this yesterday, and it was epic.
Very
dope.
Yeah,
I got you real good with this one.
He did.
So
This is a great card.
this is a great card, and this is part of what makes Dooku so awesome. Is like he has cunning, which means I can do a 2-pip and still be very confident in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then the 2-pip also just screws over your opponent. So
Yeah,
double the
it's-
fall.
yeah.
At the start of the activation phase, which is after the order phase.
Yeah.
If Count Dooku has a face-up order token, he has to. This is his card.
Yeah.
He may return it to his order pool to choose up to 2 enemy units at range 1 to 2 and return their orders to the order pool.
So basically, I'll still get to activate first, but it'll literally be a random
anything in your whole
completely
army.
random army thing for my army.
That's
This
so
is
cool.
so cool.
All right.
All right. So here, I'm not going to put Obi-Wan's card next to him, but I will get to put 3 cards on Obi-Wan. So I'm going to put a Surge on Obi-Wan. If you remind me, which one's the Surge? This is the Surge?
No, it's the little lightning bolt.
Okay.
It's the small square one.
Small square,
Zach,
lightning
did
bolt.
chat figure it out? Did we do it wrong? Did we do it right?
It has now been done correctly.
Hooray.
Did I make up the getting a name token?
Can you show me a Surge?
They're the little square lightning bolts.
These?
Yeah.
Isn't this? Oh, not a Surge. Sorry, I want a standby.
Standby is it looks like a Medicaid.
Yeah, so this is the one. Okay. So I'm going to get 1 standby, 1 dodge,
You're doing one of each? Is that what you're
and I don't really need an aim, but I could take the aim. No, I'm going to take 2 dodge
So 2 dodge
and 1 standby.
and 1 standby.
Okay.
We're also going to put out surge tokens on everything that has an order, because we both have
Now,
aggressive
Obi-Wan,
tactics.
I didn't do this last turn. Obi-Wan gets to give out 2 surge tokens to people within range.
With your force power. That's only when he activates.
Oh, it's only when he activates. Okay, yeah, right. So, cool.
So we're done
So here's our cards.
with
back
the
out.
orders phase.
So we both used a really good card. I used a better card than you, but your card was the perfect card to ruin my
It's the
card.
counter.
Okay. So here's what we've got.
Now we go to the activation phase.
Yeah.
I'll pull Dooku and you pull Kenobi.
Yeah, I didn't even put it down because I knew. Okay. So now I have literally no orders on any unit at all.
It's all going to be random.
Yeah. Now, last time when we did this, tell them what happened.
I also have to do a bunch of others. So I'm going to activate the green droids with HQ uplink.
Right.
Which is going to activate the blue droids, which is going to
That's
activate
right.
the red droids.
So these ones are within, and then these ones are within. So
Scoop,
Yeah.
boop,
Okay.
boop,
And
and 2 more surge.
right.
Boop.
Okay. Now, and search here.
No, I only get 4.
Oh, max 4.
And I do
And you've
want
already-
one on Dooku.
Okay. So tell them what happened last time when
But
we
I
did
don't
this.
want one on Droideka. So the last time we did this, we were like deep tangled in combat.
Yeah, I really wanted Kenobi to fight Dooku. And I was standing right in front of you,
Yeah.
and you took away my activation.
Took away your activation.
But I still got to go first.
Still got it.
So I randomized this whole thing, and then what did I top deck?
Kenobi.
Obi-Wan.
Oh.
And then he still had to
dropped
fight. Oh, that better not be
It
Obi-Wan.
was face down though.
Yeah. All right. So we've got a shuffle, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you pick one.
You're
for me.
letting me pick?
Yeah, you
That's
pick one
too much
for me.
pressure. Okay.
So I get to activate any one unit.
Which of these do I want?
Yep. What could it be?
I want this one. Oh, it's a troop.
It's a trooper.
It's a trooper.
So
Brian doesn't get Obi-Wan.
So I'm not getting Obi-Wan.
Get some random clone trooper squad.
Yeah, so it's going to be this clone trooper squad who has a decent chance at taking out your droideka.
So you think.
So that would be a very valuable play nevertheless. I think in many ways it's probably the play you thought I would do.
Makes sense.
So I'm happy with that play, all things considered. This squad is not in a better position, so I'm not going to take them yet. So I'm going to take this squad. They're going to move up, which is going to get them onto the objective, which matters for this turn, right?
Matter. Yeah.
So just right here. And we're going to see what we can do. All right, we're going to see what we could do.
Thank you, Blackbird. For my Mandalorian Sisters of Battle, I've been converting Star Wars Legion Mandalorians to Zephyrim and a mix of sister
cool.
bits. Since this is a Star Wars game, for the Emperor, I mean for the Mandalore.
That's awesome.
That's very
for
cool.
Mandalore.
It's a cool idea.
Okay, this needs to go pretty well. I just really need like a crit, right? Because then you couldn't ignore it.
Yeah.
So I just need one crit. That would be nice. And this gun does have critical ones, so I just need a crit or a surge.
Yeah.
I mean, it could happen.
Could happen.
Okay,
That's
a
a
crit
lot.
and a surge,
That's a
and
lot.
it's 100% hits.
So the surge turns into a crit.
Yeah, so I've got 2 crits, 3
And I,
hits. He ignores 2 of them,
block
and now
away
he has
those.
3 white dice saves.
Yeah.
I think he's going to lose it.
Not looking good for the droidekas here.
This would be the equivalent of rolling 3 5-ups.
Yeah. Because there's a 1 block and 1 surge, and they auto surge blocks. I don't like this.
No.
Ha!
Okay.
No.
The droidekas are
Droidekas are
down.
down.
I'll take that as a consolation for not getting to,
They
to
died
activate
with
the unit I
full
wanted.
shields. That's a disappointment. I have failed them, or have they failed me? I don't know. I'm dark side.
I'm pretty sure
I think
you
they failed me.
them.
No, they failed me. I'm on the dark side. They
You
failed
disa-
me for the last time.
Yeah, you disappoint me. All right, your activation, my man.
So now it's my activation, and I don't really have a plan beyond.
Yeah. Your plan, this is a very dark side thing to do. His
Bridget,
plan
how would that
wasn't
have-
to do a plan himself, it was just to ruin my plan.
Yes.
This is why Bridger is naturally cut out to be the dark side, because it's not that he wants to do something, it's that he just wants you to not do something.
So their
yeah.
shields are up currently.
No, they're in ball mode. Are they not in ball mode?
It says
Does ball mode go away
during
between
cleanup,
turns?
they have their shields now.
So they stop being in ball mode between.
Oh, so they don't enter so they're only in ball mode for the turn.
But there were 5 hits. I don't have the cover because he's touching the barrier.
Right.
Also,
I can shield away 4 of them, and then I roll 1 die.
Okay, so let's do it again.
So I'll drop 4 shields, and I have 1 save. This is a 5-up. No.
Okay.
So can't change the past.
We
know
did
that
try to
on this
change the
channel.
past. We tried to change the past.
Can't change the past.
And it can't happen. But thank you, chat. We wouldn't want to screw that up.
Droidicas are dead. Goodbye, Droidicas. Okay, well, yeah, like I said, I didn't really have a plan beyond foiling your plan.
Okay.
So now that you're down to like all random activations, I think
It's very random.
I want an elite. I have 2 elites in my random, and
You have Dooku.
Of 4.
You have Dooku, 2 elites, and you have the tank.
And they're all pretty good to random right now, other than Dooku. I just don't want Dooku, but I have a 50-50
But if you pull
to get the
Dooku,
elites.
it could be bad.
Yeah. Well, I can push you off and then do whatever I want with Dooku.
No doubt. The tank.
The tank, excellent. Okay, so I random the tank.
So he gets to activate his tank here.
Okay. So I can't move the tank on top of barriers, I don't think. Which means he kind of like can't really move.
He can fit. Oh yeah, he can't land on top of the barrier. You're saying.
Where's the 1? Can I get your 1? Your little, because my tank is very slow. It moves a little 1 scooty booty. So I can get him with his butt like here. I've kind of like move blocked my own tank because he doesn't fit through the gate and there's a barrier in the way. So is he just stuck here forever?
I don't think he's stuck there forever.
How should I move him?
How does the strafing is like
Just directly sideways.
so if you take this side, I see.
Straight sideways.
It's straight. You can't use the curve.
I don't think so.
Really? Okay.
He's also just too slow to ever.
Unfortunately, yeah. If you did this, he'd face this way, right?
Right.
I see. Because I didn't know he was that slow. Because I thought, you would.
Yeah. If I were your speed.
Yeah. Okay. So
What I
that
wouldn't give for
That's a
another person's
downside to being a little slower, I guess. So
He's just stuck there.
his best bet is to probably stay here because if he turns this way,
he's out of the
you're
game.
gonna have to spend next turn turning.
Well, I would have to move, which is move and then turn.
Right. You'd have to move this
Which
turn.
would be terrible. We're not
Yeah.
doing that. What we are going to do is, I believe, aim and fire.
Aim and fire. All right.
So you've already activated these clones.
Yes.
Can I see any other clones? Looks like no.
Not my friend.
Looks like a no.
You could see through this window
Nah.
into those clones, but they've got some mighty cover.
So we're going to
And I think
aim.
you can see one model at best, so it's probably not worth it.
If I
Check the
don't.
AI on the tank.
AI on the tank. It has to move
it has to
or
attack.
dodge.
No, its first thing has to be attack.
Okay. So that's the AI on the tank.
Okay, cool. So it's going to attack, which means I can't aim and attack. Can I barrage? If I don't use Arsenal, I can just attack twice. I'm assuming yes.
Cool.
I'm going to do that. I'm just going to attack twice.
So
And he can land on buildings, terrain up to the height of the vehicle.
oh,
Oh, so I can land on the barricade.
then you're good.
Okay, but my first action has to be attack. And I learned about this barrage thing just now.
Ooh, are you in
which
range?
I'm excited about. I am in range with my baby gun.
Ooh.
Oh, but I'm doing barrage, so I'm not shooting Arsenal. I would shoot the big gun twice. Yeah, it sounds cool. Let's just do that. So I'm going to barrage, which means I just shoot twice with one gun instead of shooting 2 guns once.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you take your better weapon, which is what? It's 4 red.
The artillery laser cannon,
So you're gonna get 8 red.
but in 2 batches. I don't just stack it up.
Well, that's good for me because that means I get my cover twice.
I'm going to shoot your tank.
Oh, my tank. Okay.
Yeah, so this is crit 2, impact 1, and I'll just do it twice because it's 2 separate attack actions.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
this is me shooting my tank at your tank.
I'm excited.
Tank on tank combat.
I mean,
Excellent.
2
So I
hits.
crit,
and,
which surges there.
So
and then,
2 crits, 2 hits.
And then impact 1, so this, and then you have armor, which just takes away the hit. So you have 3 saves to make, sir.
3 criticals here. Okay. Well, remember what happened last time? It was just 3 saves. So that's 2 hits. And
2 blocks and a surge.
Sorry, 2 blocks and a surge. Now,
You don't have any surge tokens.
I don't have any surge tokens, and
Does your tank surge defense? Where's your
I
tank?
don't think so. I don't think
Does
anything
not
of
surge
mine
your
surge
defense.
defense. So I'm going to take 1 damage.
So we'll take a damage, and then we'll just do it again.
Can you give me a single damage token?
Oh, I can.
Thank you. Yeah, if I had a surge token to share over here, I could have done it, but because I didn't have any units to activate,
Because I took it away.
you took it away. I was planning to put surge tokens with Obi-Wan's force power.
This is force power.
Yeah.
So this is the second part of my barrage. You're being barraged.
Well, that's 4 hits, but no crits,
So it's just impact one of
so
them.
it's just one of them.
Nah. It happens. That's tanks for you.
You got another damage
You
on me
take
now.
another damage, bro.
So you want to give me another damage token? Now my tank, if I'm not mistaken, is around 9,
It has 9 wounds.
but it starts getting degraded at around
At
6.
6 wounds, we're going to roll on a table.
Yeah. Okay, now, I'm in just random town here. I'm just pulling random stuff.
You are.
I'm going to pull this one. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Himself.
All right.
What's he want to do?
He wants to do something really fun. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with Force Guidance.
Yep.
I'm going to choose up to 2 friendly units at range 1 or 2, and each one gets a Surge token.
Yep.
So I don't have much Surge, so I need it this turn.
Yeah.
So 2 friendly units at range 1 or 2. Is that right?
Yes.
Range 2. So I'm going to put the Trooper Squad that's right next to me here, and then I'll put the kind of elite Trooper Squad, the little jump squad. They'll both get them. And then what we're going to do is we are going to start moving. So for my first move, I am going to go right here. And then for my second, I'm going to jump into combat with you.
Bold. Bold choice.
And then,
So now we all snap into combat.
I could also use my force push. Can I do that after fighting?
So you have charge, right? Which means you're going to fight right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have charge. So you're going to fight right now as part of your second move action.
Yeah.
And then you can do more free actions.
And then I could force push you away from me?
Any direction, yeah.
Yeah, that could be cool. And then I could force push you where I could shoot you. But then at the same time, I could force push you where you could charge someone else.
Yes.
And as a normal, could you disengage and charge?
Yeah, it's move.
So you still have a ton of movement.
Although there's probably extra rules around disengage. Let me check that.
Now keep in mind, I have a standby token, so if you try to disengage, do I get to fight you?
You're going to lose your standby token for taking an action.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, okay. This is the first time I've ever done a standby, so I didn't know that. Okay.
But you randomed him. You gotta do something.
Well, it was, yeah, okay, that's fine. It was, funny enough, it was always my intention to activate him first, so I guess the standby token never would have mattered then, right?
If you had tried to do that.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just fight.
Fight me.
All right.
I can't stop you.
So here we are. We've got Kenobi. He has 2 red dice, 2 black dice, and 2 white dice. This is basically it. So let's fight. So I've got critical 2, impact 2, and pierce 2.
It's a lot of rules.
It's a lot of rules. And
So the impact won't do anything. I'm not armored. But pierce 2 will interact with my impervious. We'll get to that.
yeah,
Critical 2 is going to turn 2 surges into crits.
yeah. Let's just roll.
Let's do it.
Okay. So I do have 1 surge into a crit,
Yeah.
and I ended up with 2 crits, 3 hits.
Okay.
It's plenty.
So I have 5 saves to make.
Yeah.
You have pierce 2, but I have impervious. So we'll just show you how to do that. These are my red dice defense.
So these guys actually have good defense.
These have good defense.
Yeah.
All right. So we're looking for blocks. Excellent. Not excellent. Okay. I do not have surge defense, so this is also a blank.
Yeah.
And then you have pierce 2, but I have impervious. So what that means is I roll 2 extra dice,
Yeah.
which is essentially just reroll 2 successes.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to reroll 2 of my successes. I block 1 and 4 go through,
So I
which will
killed
kill the
4
squad.
out of the 4.
Killed the squad.
The whole squad went
One
down.
down.
Obi-Wan Kenobi!
Not what happened yesterday.
Not what happened yesterday. What happened yesterday, they killed, I think, 1?
You killed 2.
Oh, I killed 2. And
But I
then,
went real hot.
So Obi-Wan Kenobi went off. If you want to grab my 1 token there that I cannot have, but he still has 2
dodge.
2 dodges, so he's in a place where he's a little tough. But I knew you. See, that was my whole plan. I was going to activate him first, run over there, kill the thing that was going to come and disrupt my whole life. And I think I put you in a tough spot already.
You did.
I've killed 2 of your
It's a
best.
spook.
That's what a
we'll be
Jedi's
fine.
for.
We got this.
Oh, I know.
It seems like there were some lessons learned yesterday by one of the 2 of you.
I learned.
No.
I learned many things.
The only thing that changed is I rolled poorly.
Oh, that's,
All right.
Oh,
It's Dooku
it's
time.
Dooku's
It's
activation.
peanut butter Dooku time.
Now, funny enough, Dooku doesn't have jump, so he can't jump over and duel me.
That's correct.
The way that so this Kenobi is far more limber like that. So Dooku is actually not in a great position to do almost anything.
That's not true. I'm going to push this guy.
Yeah, you're going to push my guy away.
Where's the small move? I'm going to small move
So
you.
this is
over here.
Okay. And am I in combat? What's the range for combat?
Base combat is combat.
It's base to
So
base.
I'm going to put you next to my guys, but not in combat.
Okay.
Then...
So he pushes me now. That
Use force
means
push.
so that you don't have to disengage.
Don't have to disengage. So
Yep.
now I'm going to check my double move.
Yep.
Oh, but there's a barrier there.
That's right.
He's so slow.
Exactly. So this is his one weakness, is that he's not particularly fast. And so I was really trying to hide from him. And his force powers do need line of sight.
I'm actually not going to push you. I'm just going to choke you and that model dies. That's
Okay.
a much better way to do that. So this guy's just dead.
Okay.
Get him out of here.
So you've killed him with the force choke. Mm-hmm. That's mean.
No, it's ideal.
It is ideal. You're right.
Ooh. And then we're going to small move over this barrier. Small move.
Yep.
And then...
Do you really want him to be the closest thing with no cover in front of my whole army?
I'm going to move him
I see.
up against this wall.
Okay. So he's staging for next turn. For Kenobi to jump over the wall and stab him in the head. I'm going to have the high ground. You know that, right?
Oh, there's the stuff.
You're right against the wall. It's just like, you're just asking for me to have the high ground.
Oh, what I can do. Okay, here's better.
Kenobi better have a rule somewhere
Even
that
better.
says I have the high ground.
Even better, Brian.
Okay.
I'm going to move where I can see you, where I'm out in the
Yeah,
open.
and then you're
I'm
gonna
going to force push
And then you're force push one of my units.
this squad. Can you hand me a small? I got it.
So yeah, this is what I thought he would do, is that he would go into the open and then use a force power.
And this is okay because I can guarantee next turn Dooku activates before any other model on the table. Just 100% guarantee.
If he's not dead already.
He won't be dead. And now I have both of these tapped.
Yeah.
And
So
it's
that's
your
it.
go. It's your go.
My go next. So I got to pull a random card. Let's just pull the unit you just moved.
Okay. You did.
I did it. Mm-hmm. Look at that. I'm just getting all the luck. Mm-hmm. All right. So the unit he just moved is the one I'm activating. So this is going to allow me to shoot and then move, is what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to shoot first, move second. So we're going to shoot at Dooku, and he doesn't heal wounds or anything, does he?
No.
Okay.
He has deflect, but I don't have a dodge token, so that doesn't help me.
Right. So this is my opportunity to chip a few wounds. So I have my DC 15, 2 red dice, and then I have, it's 1 red, 1 black, sorry. And then I have one black, 1 white, right? For the hand blasters.
You can pick one gun.
Yeah, and that's the better one.
Yep.
So 1 white, 1 black, and I do have critical 1, and I'm immune to deflect.
Well, I can't deflect you anyway.
But I was immune.
You were immune.
Immune. And lethal 1, oh, they get a name token. No, they didn't move.
I made that up.
Oh, really?
Yep. That's
Okay.
not part of sharpshooter.
Okay. So what is sharpshooter going to do?
It reduces cover by 1.
Oh, okay, but you don't have any cover.
I don't have any cover.
Okay, I got a crit and a hit, and 2 hits.
So it's really just 3 hits. Nothing matters here.
3 red dice.
3
Can
red
I take
dice.
a wound? How many wounds does a Jedi have?
6.
That's a lot.
Hit.
Oh, no
And he has a
surge.
surge
though.
token.
Oh, he does have a surge.
So nothing happens.
So he burns the surge and
Tanks it all.
lightsabers them all.
But I do get a suppression. Here, I got it.
Hooray! That doesn't mean anything because he's not activating anymore. Unless I put way more suppressions
You
on
could
him.
just keep shooting him.
Which actually is kind of my plan. Okay, now I get to
not the worst
move my squad to relative safety. Relative safely.
Well, here's a name we haven't seen in a little while. Thank you, Ernie.
What's up, Ernie?
Ernie, we were worried because of your forklift shenanigans.
What?
How goes it,
What's-
Ernie says. It's been a while. Glad I was able to catch this stream. Been wanting to get into this game. Can't wait to see how it plays. Oh, and
It's right from the
also,
Death Center.
is that a stash I see on the Mighty Bridger? Looks sweet, my dude. Keep it growing.
It doesn't. No, Ernie, you're wrong. You're incorrect. I'm
It looks
sorry,
great.
Ernie. This is the only time in your whole life you've ever been wrong, other than when you didn't attend training and watched us while driving a forklift. So
Now, when-
actually, a few mistakes. you've made.
Yeah, mistakes were made.
We're glad to hear that you're back, Ernie.
it's
Now,
good.
Brian, just so we know in the future, when the arcs move, they get 1 aim token.
They do.
from standard moving.
So you get
So I-
Pierce, but I'm immune to Pierce.
No,
you're
I didn't move them.
lethal.
Keep in mind, I didn't move them first.
Oh, okay.
So they do have a name token now, which they can share with someone else later.
There you go.
So I moved them right to
Where?
the edge here, which is going to put them on the objective and in relative safety. So
Is that part of? Oh, it's tactical. There you go. You have tactical. Sharpshooter's not what does that.
Yeah.
So I didn't make it up.
Okay.
Woof.
So that's your activation, my man?
Yep, so I will activate. So you have one on the point? And
I have one on the
already
point.
and I already have one on the point.
You have one on the point. And I'm going to be able to put one more on the point. And you could double move to get 2 on the point.
I already have 2 on the point.
Yeah. Okay. But if you wanted to control it, you could
I could put 3 on the point.
Yeah, you could put 3 on the point with this red squad.
I could put 4 on the point.
Could you? Where's the 4th? Are they fast enough?
To double move this guy onto within that range?
It seems plausible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure that'll make it.
So, but you only need 3.
I only need 3. And this is one of very few scoring points. So activations here are going to be very interesting.
You could get 2 onto this point and 3 onto that point.
But you can get 2 on this point as well.
Yes, accurate.
Which I don't want you to do.
Yeah.
So in order to stop you from doing that,
because keep in mind, this is the turn that we score, and it's more leaders on the point than your opponent, and the points are going to matter. So you only score this turn 4 and turn 6. So you have limited opportunities to score.
Okay. So this move would get that leader on the point.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to activate the red squad.
Yeah. And then see what shots you can put downfield.
And then try to suppress. Yeah. So I'm going to move the red squad.
Okay.
I can just pick up all the models that aren't the leader because they don't matter at all. And then I can move my leader. And then I can place all the models that aren't the leader.
Yeah. And this is going to give him line of sight through the little tunnel here, which you can see it's a little tunnel, and then right at my guys in the barricades there.
Now we should check range.
You'll have plenty of range. You could actually
I can shoot into the building. The building's actually where I want to shoot.
Oh, okay, great.
So the squad in the building who have not activated yet, I'm going to shoot at them. They will have cover 2. I have my special gun, the E5C, so that's triple black, and then 6 just clone droids.
Yeah.
Is there one more white attack die? You have it.
Here you go.
Here we go.
So here we go. He's shooting down through the heavy cover into my unit. He just wants to suppress them.
I do just
which
want
will
to
take away action. We haven't actually seen that come into play yet.
It's about to come into play.
That's it.
So I have a surge token, but no surge results.
3 crits and 1 hit.
So the 1 hit goes away from your cover.
That's right.
And the 3 crits, actually pretty good.
3 crits are real crits. Nothing I can do about that. So I just have 3 red dice to save. Could be bad. Or it could be 1 dead because I do not have a surge token either. We're seeing how valuable surge tokens are. So I do get 1 suppression.
And 1 model dies.
And 1 dead clone trooper.
That's my activation, Brian. You are up next.
Alrighty. Well, again, I'm still in the random world of activations. And it is my tank.
There you go.
I mean,
what's he gonna do?
It's not actually the thing I wanted to activate, but I'm fine with it. So we're gonna activate my tank. He might just, so can I do the thing where I shoot the same gun twice?
Do you have the barrage keyword?
I have no idea.
You have outmaneuver. You can spend a dodge cancel to cancel a crit. That's cool.
That's fun.
But you do not have barrage.
So I might just aim and shoot because I do have good line of sight on these 2 lone guys in cover.
You shot the high energy shells last turn, right?
Yeah, but
so this is tapped.
No,
cycle.
I didn't shoot anything last turn. I was out of line of sight. I was out of range.
Oh, that's right. No,
Yeah.
right. We tried to shoot the high energy
wanted to
shells.
shoot it. Yeah. So I think I might just aim and shoot and try to take out your scoring unit so that I can score this turn.
Okay.
I think that's ultimately the most valuable thing I could do.
Which 2 guns do you want to shoot?
Yeah. So when I do the splash damage, it's just a single stick
of 1.
So it's only going to hit the tank, and it wouldn't work on the tank, I think.
It's just a weak attack, yeah.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is, for my tank, I will use the high energy shields.
Shells, yeah.
Or shells, yeah, which...
2 red and a white.
This means you can't dodge, but you don't have any dodge tokens anyways, but it is still a lot of shots.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to do the rest of the tank, which is a lot. It's a lot of shots.
2 black, 2 white. And your total keywords are...
Critical 2 now.
Yep.
Impact 2.
Impact doesn't do anything.
Right, but critical 2.
Critical 2. So 2 surges will become crits.
Yeah, and I have a surge, 1 surge over there I can share, and I have an aim token, which can allow me to reroll 2 dice. So we'll take a red dice to reroll.
Okay.
And we'll take a white dice to reroll.
Okay.
Okay. And then we turn this surge
Into a crit.
and then we turn this surge into a crit.
There you go.
So this was very powerful.
So I take out 2 for cover, 2 hits, and then I have 6 saves. That's a lot of
And
saves.
these are red dice though, because these are your elite guys. But it is 6, which is a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't like these odds.
Yeah, this is bad odds.
These are not good odds.
So never tell Bridger the odds.
They only surge offensively. They don't surge defense. Ha! One's out.
Okay, one's out.
they're both already
But
dead.
they're already dead already.
It was a block on the floor.
Okay.
So they're dead.
The squad does go down.
bad.
That's bad. You're
real
losing
bad.
assets
I
by the
am
second.
losing a lot.
And what's big about that is I'm going to have at the end of the turn almost certainly 2 on the point, and that is going to force you to redirect an asset over there
No.
to match me.
I'm going to panic that squad, and they're probably going to die.
You're going to panic my squad?
In the building. They have 1 suppression now. They haven't yet activated.
Right.
So if I just shoot at them again and get a single hit, they're panicked instantly because they're out of 3 range of Kenobi. So
Oh yeah, because
leadership,
Kenobi is very far away.
their leadership is, or their bravery is 1. So if I put 2,
Yeah, you can see Kenobi's here. Okay.
so I just need to put 1 more suppression on them. Which
All right.
is totally doable.
Your activation, my man.
So I will activate.
So wait, 1 more suppression and they instantly panic?
They will be panicked. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
You still have the rally at the start of your activation.
Right.
So if you get pretty lucky, so
Yeah.
it's 6 up.
Yeah.
If you get pretty lucky, you could rally. But otherwise, they'll just be running off the table and dying.
Okay. Oh, they go all the way off in 1 turn?
Well, no. They'll spend all their actions moving off the table.
I see.
And if they make it off the table, they die.
Oh, okay.
Would they make it? Would 2 moves get them off the table?
That's a good question. Yes.
Ooh, I do like this. Okay, so I'm going to activate the Blur squad, who are already on this point.
This is the blue right here?
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're already on the point, which means they do have an order, so I don't have to follow their AI.
Now they will have, has Bridger, Bridger, I think you said this. I know you mentioned the
rally.
rally.
Yeah.
They will have that first, right?
They will get to rally before the panic sets in.
Yeah.
But,
Thank you, Ross.
yeah, we're just going to shoot.
Alrighty.
So I have 6 white dice. I'm going to aim and shoot.
That makes
So
perfect
I'll
sense
get my
to me.
aim token. So I have 6 white, and then my E5C has 3 black.
Yep. And he does have a search token.
And an aim token. We're going to surge and aim and surge, and we might just kill you.
You might do a lot of work here.
Might not even need to panic you.
Okay.
So I'll spend the aim to reroll,
Reroll 2 blacks
a
or
black and a white.
Yep.
So
Makes
the
sense.
blacks are the better dice.
Okay.
And then I will spend the surge to turn
convert.
this into a hit.
So we've got 2 hits, 2 crits. So the 2 hits go away to the cover.
And the 2
And
crits.
the 2 crits just turn into saves.
Yeah. 2 saves for you there,
2
Brian.
saves. Okay.
So lose a model.
1 more goes down, and I do have a second suppression.
Is what we're looking for
That
when I
was-
spent my surge.
That was all you was looking for there. Okay.
I'm excited. This is getting spicy.
Yeah, it's spicy. All right, my activation next. We will pick the Trooper Squad. Now, which Trooper Squad? I think so. Yeah, that Trooper Squad we could try for. But yeah, I think we'll save that one, and we'll go with the Trooper Squad that's over here. And they're just going to try to hurt Dooku as badly as we can.
Foolish. Simply foolish.
Can you give me a 1 stick? I just want to make sure I'm on the objective. You have 2 on the objective currently?
A 1 stick.
Oh,
I have 3 on the objective.
You have 2, 3, right? And I have 2 actually because I have Kobe as well.
It's from the center. I don't think.
Oh, it's from the center, right. So that's the side of him there. It looks like it might be a millimeter out.
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
Okay.
thanks again, Blake. I'm loving the interest in Legion, seeing the interest in Legion. Our whole goal is funding this for the Titans was to spread the message on how great the game is. Come by Discord for more support too. We have an active group ready. And thanks again, Blake. And thank you, Tony. He says, I'm surprised Brian and Bridger aren't making pew pew sounds as they play the game and shoot at each other. They totally should.
Yeah, exactly. We really should make more. All right, so my unit walked back around that barricade so that they're at least a little protected.
Did you use your small move?
No, I went around it.
Okay.
I went around it. So I've got
you
clear.
shoot Dooku?
I've got clear shot at Dooku. I've got an aim token, 2 surge tokens. We're gonna do some damage to him, I think, at the very least. So let's go. This is my Phase 1 Clone Trooper Squad. So it's 5 black dice, 3, 4, 5, and then it's 2 red. And So we've got an aim because we can share it from a unit that's just right up in the side there. So this is great. So let's go. Okay, so we're going to re-roll 2 of the black from that aim token. I'll go grab that in a second. And
so it's 6 hits. Wow.
6 hits, and I'm just going to get rid of that aim token.
Don't like that.
So Dooku might take at least 1 or 2 damage here.
Oh, he's dead. He's just dead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Uh-oh.
Did I just one-shot Dooku? Oh! For the Republic!
I don't like this. I don't like this.
Remember when I told Bridger that
Not
don't
to put
stand in the
Dooku
open?
in the middle of
Yeah, don't
stuff.
put Dooku in the middle
like
in
this.
front of my whole army. And he was like, I learned no lessons.
Well, he was like, no, I'm not going to do it this way that I'm doing it. I'm going to do it a different way.
I just failed 6 4-ups.
He did fail 6 4-ups. Bridger!
So bad. I'm having flashbacks.
Flashbacks
no.
to what?
Playing Custodes. Oh no. There's been so many 4-ups. Okay.
Like, Custodians have 2-ups.
Well,
no, they have 4 pinballs, and that's all that ever matters, Zach.
on the downside, I never thought I'd kill you. So you still have 2 on the point, and I only put 1 on the point because I didn't think I would get 2 on the point. But on the plus side, that was like a 220-point model.
200 points. Yeah, well, 200, it's a lot.
Yeah.
He's a lot.
Yeah, he's a lot. It was a quarter of your
I
army.
also
that
don't
just
have a
died.
commander anymore.
Oh.
So that does things. Chat, tell Zach how to, I don't have a commander. Explain to Zach how I
Can
do
you
that.
use your commander cards?
Nope, he's dead, so.
Jeez. Okay. Well, listen, your activation, buddy.
Yeah, well, all I have left
This is what happens when you turn to the dark side.
is those droids. I have those droids left.
Hatred leads to
I
ABCing,
don't need these anymore.
and ABCing leads to death.
That was bad.
That was bad.
That was exceptionally bad.
You had too much confidence in Dooku's invincibility.
It was 4-ups, Brian. I failed 6 4-ups.
Still. I could have turned my tank to shoot him as well.
Okay, so that's where I need to be.
Yeah.
I don't think 1 move will get me there, so I think I have to double move
Yep.
so that I will score 1 point and you'll score 0.
Keep in mind, I still have that squad over there that could rally and get on the point.
Yeah, but they won't.
But even if I do that, then we'll both score 1. Right. Listen, have you seen my luck? I'm going to rally.
You have been rolling so hot, Brian. Our luck from yesterday just reversed.
Yeah, the luck from yesterday reversed.
At the start of your turn, Bridger, you're going to nominate a new unit to be your commander.
Okay.
And you can also use neutral command cards.
Right, I can
Yeah.
still, but I can't use any of the cool Dooku cards,
Yeah.
which was my plan for the remainder of the game.
Right.
It actually says it's, we'll have to get some clarification. Some people say you nominate a unit, and it also says the unit with the most courage becomes the new commander.
Well, they're
They're probably all the same,
all the
though,
same,
right?
so there you go.
Yeah.
Won't be an issue. I'm going to steal your barricade. It's mine now.
Okay. So he's got his robots really close up against my barricade.
That's my turn.
Okay, my activation next. You have to put the... So I'm going to flip a card, and it is an elite squad, which is dead.
Yeah. So
So-
you just flip a new one.
So it's my last troop squad, which is over there.
Oh, it's rally time, Brian.
And so I have 2 surge, and I just need to get 1, basically like 1 6
One block. So you have 2 6-ups, and you need to make 1 of these.
Right.
No, you rolled too early. We weren't ready.
Oh, okay. Well, I missed. I failed.
So they're panicked. There's a token for that, but it doesn't matter. They're just going to run off the table.
So now they do a double move.
Let's just make sure it's 2 moves and not 1. Do they spend both of their actions moving off the table? I will race chat.
Okay.
I'm going to race chat. I'm going to look
Well,
for
either
panic.
way, we know it's 1 move, right?
It's at least 1.
So I'll start with the 1.
I'm racing chat.
So
win
this
the
is a
race.
shame. It means I'm not going to get on that point this turn.
Courage, suppression, panic. Panic activation. It can perform only a single move action. No free actions. Must move max speed directly as possible towards the nearest edge of the battlefield.
Okay. So
It's 1 move.
So it's 1 move, and then I do not get to do a rally move, an action, a rally
You
action,
don't do your only action because right. You wouldn't get 2 actions because
Right.
you're suppressed.
because I'm suppressed. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Well, so they're not gone yet, but if they're automatically one of those tokens is going to come off next turn. But it means it's a lot easier for you to take them out next turn.
Yeah.
And it means they can't walk up, take the point, and grenade you, which would have been very devastating. Actually.
Would have sucked.
Yeah.
So at the end of that turn, we can clean up. So all the greens go away.
Right.
Pick up all our orders. And Zach, I will score a point, and Brian will score 0 points.
Yeah.
So
So Bridger gets 1 point for the center objective here. He does have 2 droid commanders on it. I only have one commander just off the wall here. And this point we both contest, so neither of us get a point for it. But for all the points he's got, I do have an advantage on the board here.
I am rapidly losing.
Yeah, so we will definitely, and I'll take one of these, what are they called? Suppression tokens.
Yeah, let's clean that up a little bit here. It says they are not panicked as he removed a suppression token from your roll.
He didn't roll
I didn't.
a block.
I rolled a surge rather than.
Does Surge do it?
Any pip.
Any pip. So you have one action then.
Oh.
You're suppressed, not panicked.
I see. So, okay. So then I'll move towards the objective and I'll score 1.2.
Okay.
Yikes. This is going downhill fast.
Right.
Chat help. Chat help me, not him. What are you doing, chat?
Yeah.
Chat's actually mostly helping me.
In what way, Zach? You're not playing.
Confirm rules with you guys.
Zach, you're, let me know this. You're not playing.
Okay. So then I have no suppression tokens on me because I lose one at the end of the round.
Oh my god. I'm in
Okay.
so much danger.
Yeah, you're in danger.
In a lot of trouble.
So I do. I'm going to remove one unit here because I'm going to be confused if I continue to keep them.
Yeah,
Right.
I took off all my dead units, and I have very few cards now.
Very few cards indeed. Okay. So
Okay.
let's talk
tell me
about
that,
this
tell me
next
that.
round. Next round. I'm just putting my troopers.
I have to pick somebody to be the general, and there's like a token for that. So I'm gonna find that upgrade, the promotion token. This game has
Who's getting battlefield promoted here?
1,000 tokens, roughly.
Well, thank you, Zero Crow. I've decided to play an infantry-only stormtrooper army, no vehicles. Don't AT-AT me.
Yeah.
Don't at me.
Yeah.
You get it, Zach? Don't at me. Don't at
It's
me.
really good. Super
Thanks,
clever.
and
Zach, do you
thank
get it?
you,
You
Brett
get it, Zach?
Kitchen. Hey guys, cracked an axle and control arm while rallying. What resin printer would you recommend for a repair? Or is FDM the way to go? Learned a lot of engine repair from you guys.
Oh yeah, we're the best at engine repair. Everyone knows that.
What did he do?
Cracked an axle, he's saying.
That's really bad. I don't
then-
know much about cars, but I do know that's very bad.
And then he's saying which 3D printer is the best to fix it.
Right, because my advice is always to 3D print a new
Right.
part.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a big one. I think perhaps a resin printer.
Yeah.
And if you line up like 6 or 7 resin printers in a row, that should do the job, right? You cut up the build file, and you just print it in a row on like 7 printers.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna want rubber cement
Yeah.
to get those together.
Any sort of super glue will generally do. But yeah, rubber cement, probably best.
Rubber cement because it's rubber.
Yeah.
Cars, rubber,
Rubber, yeah.
tires.
Also, Zach's found this glue called Black Widow.
Okay.
It's a black rubber cement,
It's AK brand.
which will, it's really like this thick tar black. So if you accidentally touch it anywhere on your model, it paints the whole thing a terrible black color.
Oh, okay.
So,
Zach, why did you find this?
because he loves to live dangerously, that's
Well,
why.
I just like to try new products. And
Do you like this product, Zach?
I do. It's super glue can be sometimes a little problematic to work with.
It's good glue.
And this stuff, if you're putting it in an area where no one's ever going to see it, which should be the case for any super glue, right? Then it works quite well.
Okay,
AK
okay.
Black
Good to
Widow.
know.
Yeah.
Guess Zach just doesn't do sub-assemblies. Huh?
Yeah. Okay, well, listen, we got to pick a card.
I don't want to. Can I
And-
not pick a card?
And here's the thing. We're not scoring this turn. So for me, almost this is a turn to like rally and make sure we're ready for next turn.
Yeah.
It could also be a turn where I just go for the throw.
You could just kill me this turn, bro.
Brian, can I ask why you're not scoring this turn?
Because it's turn 3. You don't score on turn 3.
You just score on even number
2,
turns?
4, and 6. Yeah.
2, 4, and 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a silly question, Zach. Do you even play Star Wars Legion?
No. Never.
Yeah, exactly. So I think,
I don't want to pick any of these.
yeah, I think we'll just,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Well, thank you also,
trouble.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Ishpalk.
I'm in a lot of trouble.
Oh, sweet to see Legion on here. It's a great game for the Republic.
I'm getting destroyed.
All right.
Well, he's not for the Republic. What do we think? Is he happy right now or
It's like
not?
I can't.
Yeah, the Republic is definitely doing a great job. We had Obi-Wan murder a whole squad. We had Clone Troopers one-shot Dooku in the open. And generally, I think the Republic is shining at the moment. Again, The game we played last night, I got practically tabled.
You got shellacked.
Now, Bridger, remember that your new commander has a the commander token instead of corpse or core or special forces, whatever.
Oh, you got to be pooping in my omelet. All right.
Well, I wouldn't do that. But chat is
Different
doing
card
that.
then.
All right, I've got a 3-pip card. That's a General Kenobi card.
I have a 2-pip push.
Oh, the push, yeah.
I was going to do a 1-pip ambush because I thought, well, I can just order that and then I have all troops, but I don't because now he's a general, so I got to go get the general token. So now I have to do the general. Call 1-800 general now.
Now, I used a Kenobi card, I'll tell you. So he's activating 2 things. He's doing the general and he's doing his tank here, which is going to essentially allow him to put easily pick anything he wants.
Yep.
My General Kenobi card allows me to put a ready marker on Kenobi and 2 other units. And then when Kenobi issues an order to any unit, it gains 1 surge token for each other friendly within 1 inch. So I'm going to get a ton of surge tokens here, which is great. So here is the 2 troops and the 1 Kenobi. So we'll activate Kenobi over here. And we'll go with this unit here, which is going to get 3 surge tokens, or it's troops, right? No, friendly unit. So this unit will get 4 surge tokens.
Isn't it Kenobi that gets the surge tokens?
No, the units that I order get surge tokens.
Up to 4 of them get 1?
No. What happens is every unit that I order gets 1 surge token for every other friendly within within range 1. So this unit has 1, 2 within range 1. And then it's going to get an extra 1 just for being one that I've activated because of my advanced tactics. So
Why does it say a unit? What is that? Is that all units? When Obi-Wan Kenobi issues an order to a unit,
yeah, to a unit.
that unit, wouldn't it be all units ordered? Why would they template it like that?
Any unit or
fine.
all units might be.
But no, but it's not any, it's a. Any would specify 1.
Yeah.
All would specify all.
Right.
A is ambiguous between any and all.
Exactly.
So within this
Somebody
unit
will tell
here, I have 2. So I get 2 surge plus the 1 basic that I get for the unit being activated.
Bridger, Ross wants to point out, he says, you still get your coordinate droid trooper off of that.
Oh, right. So I still get.
So this droid squad is still activated. And then surge token. Oh,
Thanks,
you don't
Ross.
get the surge.
Nope, he's dead.
because he's dead.
Yep, he died.
Okay.
Unceremoniously.
So you get to activate first.
I don't want to.
Then why do you put down such a low card?
Brian, I only have low cards now.
yeah, okay.
You have my 2 move. Can I get my 2 move?
Uh-huh.
I'm in.
You're in danger.
I'm in rough shape here.
Yep.
Thank you, Matthew. In this house, we cheer for the Republic by order of the nearly 8-year-old. More love for you and your work from us. 40K for us in our local GW store this weekend. Death Guard versus Necrons. Wish the Death Guard luck.
Good luck, Death Guard.
Good luck, Death
That's
Guard.
actually a fun matchup. Death Guard versus Necrons is almost what we call around here like a super classic matchup. They're both armies that are going to be guaranteed to get to do their thing because they're both kind of slow, lumbering. Neither one of them spikes damage in any crazy way. The mortal wound potential of the Death Guard is a great way to deal with the Necrons. But the Necrons just like mass 1 damage is a great way to deal with the Death Guard.
What are your-
So it's a cool matchup.
What are your squads here, Brian? I see.
These 3 are 1 squad.
Okay.
And then those 4 are another squad.
Okay, so I'm going to move and shoot with the tank. And I'm going to shoot the squad that's not behind the cover.
You're going to shoot the squad that's kind of like peeking out the side here.
Yeah. And I have Arsenal 2, so I will shoot high energy shells and the artillery laser cannon.
So exciting. Now let me ask, your artillery laser cannon has a minimum range?
2 to 4. So I cannot. Oh, they're both 2 to 4. Then
You
I
want to move back?
won't move,
Yeah.
and I will instead barrage. So let's just put the tank back where it was.
Okay.
It was just chilling in the doorway, as far jammed in the doorway
Bleep,
as
bloop.
it could be.
So yeah, what's interesting is these guns have a minimum range you can see. So he wants to be just outside that minimum range.
You can be within 2. You just can't be within 1.
It's a 2 to 4. Right, yeah.
So you can be within 2, just
he's
not
great.
within 1. So I'm going to barrage, which means I have 2 attack actions. I'm just going to shoot the artillery laser cannon because it's the better gun.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Will you be shooting over this?
Yeah,
Okay.
I will.
All right. So you get to do this twice.
Yeah, so the first...
Now, do I get cover 2 times?
Yeah, you can cover on both.
Oh, wow.
So,
Okay. It's powerful.
Yeah. So this is the first barrage into them. So I have critical 2, so this becomes a crit.
So
then you
that's crit and 3 hits.
Cover away these.
Yep.
So you have 2 saves.
2 saves against, this is a 3-man clone squad. That's a surge. I will burn the surge for the nearby unit to make it 1 save. So I lose one clone trooper.
And you get 1 suppression.
Okay.
We're going to panic them again. That's the plan.
They are in range of Kenobi as long as they don't pick that model up.
Okay. We're going to shoot them again.
But unfortunately, that's not the leader. So if you kill 1 more, then I'm out of range of Kenobi because I was literally on just the 1 model.
Search this into a crit.
So so I have 2 more saves again.
Yep.
So either way, no, I need to fail one. I need to fail one of these. Oh.
But you do have the second suppression.
I do have 2 suppression, but I thankfully am in range of Kenobi.
And that's my activation.
All right. I will activate this squad right here. And
The two guys?
no, the squad of 4.
Okay.
The squad of 4, I think. That's the way I want to do it. So, or let me see. We could do Kenobi and just run up and start slicing and dicing. Because he does have a fun little jump. Yep, so he will be able to charge, which is kind of cool. Let's Kenobi it while we still can, because you could walk backwards. So Kenobi uses his jump ability. He goes over the wall. And then he's going to run up into combat with...
Only 1 squad.
which squad is better, or are they identical?
They're the same.
So we're going to go
One
with
of
the
them's
blue
the
squad.
general, though.
Oh, okay. We'll go get the general. Why not?
All right. And then
Oh,
snap
now we
into
might
combo.
need to know what happens when your nominated general unit dies.
Well, I'll just renominate, Zach. That's an easy one.
And then what we're going to do is some force powers. We are going to force push the red unit away. Where's the leader?
It's the guy with binoculars.
Roger, roger. Okay. Bloop. Just kind of slow them down a little bit.
Thanks for the cover.
It's fine. I have enough targets.
Now you fight me.
So,
2.
when I choose 2 units at range 1, can I be one of those units?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Does it say other?
No.
Then sure.
So I could use my force guidance to give myself a search token, because I currently only have 1, or I should have 1 because he activated himself. But I actually don't need that because I have critical already, right? So I already have critical 2, so I'm not going to need it. Okay, so here we go. I'm fighting them. Critical 2, impact 2. So critical 2 turns this into a crit.
And these come out.
And then I missed with 2 of them, is that
So I
right?
have 4 saves. On whites. So 3 die.
Okay, 3 go down from the squad.
Yep. This guy. And this guy. And also that guy.
Alrighty.
All right.
He killed less than he killed of your elite squad.
Yep.
So that shows you how good he did against the elite squad.
It was, well, yeah.
He's been, yeah. Things have been going well.
He's pretty swingy.
He's pretty swingy.
I'm going to pull this.
You're pulling a random, which is your
has to be
troop
them.
squad over there. Yep.
So they will activate.
Yep.
They didn't have an order, so they have to attack first. We're both on the barricade, so neither of us gets the cover. I'm just going to shoot. It has to be shoot first, so I have 6 white for the 6 normal troopers.
Yep.
And then the missile can't shoot, so he has to shoot his white. So we don't have enough dice.
We'll just
I'll
re-roll
a fail.
All right.
So this is 7 white dice into the 4 clones directly across the barrier.
Okay.
And you spent one of the surges to defend for the other squad.
I sure did. Bloop.
Still have 2 left, though.
Still plenty.
Well, that was great. And then I have 1 more shot.
Okay.
And I don't have any surge tokens.
Right.
So it's just
4 hits.
4 hits. Yeah.
Okay, so I have 4 red dice for the save,
That was great.
and I can convert 2 surges.
So there's your 2 surges.
2 surges, so I'll spend them, and I lose 1 trooper.
And you get a suppression.
I sure do.
And that's my activation.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Their second move is recover. So I'll get HQ uplink and the missile back.
Excellent. Right. Makes sense. My activation next, I will go with the tank's already gone, right? And so there's not much left threatening that squad. I guess they could So we'll go with those clones you just shot at. Mm-hmm. So we'll flip them over, and let's just shoot at you. So we do have 2 regular clones, 2 black dice, and a DC 15 weapon, which is 2 red dice. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to aim.
And then shoot?
And then shoot.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll get some rerolls. And we have critical 1 on this, so we'll convert 1. So perfectly the aim. I'm going to burn the aim for reroll 2. And that turns into a critical because my critical 1.
Yep.
So I have 3 on you.
3 white saves. 3 dead.
3 down, and then 1 suppression on you. Not a big deal there. Or it is because you don't have a leader.
No, I do. Oh, but they're all bravery.
They're all bravery ones.
So if I hit 2, I'm going to panic.
Yeah.
Pick up these 3 models.
Okay. That's the end of my activation there.
Well, can I fall back and shoot? I didn't actually.
Can you withdraw and use the shoot action?
Yeah.
Chat.
Chat, let us know.
Let us know. Can you withdraw and shoot? That's what you'd want to do here is withdraw here
Yeah.
and shoot. Okay.
That'd be disengage, right?
Disengage and
Sure.
shoot.
Is that a thing? I know it drops your move to the 1.
Right. Yeah.
To 1, but I don't know if you can do that and shoot.
Right. Would you disengage anyway?
No.
Right, because then I can't
Then
shoot
you
you.
shoot me, right.
Right.
Also, would not have been able to aim because you were suppressed.
Oh, you were suppressed. So I couldn't lose.
That previous
3
squad was
'Cause you had taken
suppressed.
1.
I could roll for taking it off.
Right, you could. Yeah.
So if I get this, then it'll all be the same?
No.
So
I can't lose 3 models.
so what I'll do is I only had 2 hits.
Yeah.
If you want to just re-roll 2 saves.
no, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll lose 2 models,
Okay.
but I'll put 1 guy back.
No withdraw and shoot.
Ah.
Withdraw takes 2 actions.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Fascinating.
So then fight?
Yeah. I think like aim and fight.
Aim and fight. Let's do it.
We're just gonna punch Obi-Wan
Okay.
in his.
When
stupid
defending,
head.
or so I have the Sorasu Master. When defending,
You have to spend a dodge to do it.
I can spend dodge token. I don't have a dodge. I only have a
Don't have any
surge.
dodge
Okay,
tokens.
okay.
So we're just gonna punch you. This is bludgeon. You're being bludgeoned, Brian.
I've always got to remember that this guy needs a dodge token to be at his best.
He does.
Okay.
Get bludgeoned.
Not bad.
Aim token.
Yeah. Do you have a surge on them as well? Don't you?
I do, but I
Okay.
just rolled well.
Yeah, you just rolled well. So
Get bludgeoned.
4 wounds.
Yep.
Okay. Now,
Get your red saves.
yes. Yeah, and he doesn't. He has 1 surge token on him. Mm-hmm. And this is
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Well, you can spend a surge here
Oh, geez.
and take 2 damage.
So this is pretty impressive, actually. So
Yeah.
you did 2 damage to
Get
me.
bludgeoned, Brian.
And I lost my surge.
No, that was mine. Here.
Okay. And 2 damage for me.
2 damage.
Can you imagine 4 droids in combat with Obi-Wan?
They're just
and they
punching
do 2 out of his 6 damage?
We're both gonna die in unceremonious ways.
Unceremonious
I
ways.
guarantee it.
Yeah. That makes it my activation. Next, I'm going to go with these lonely 2, almost dead.
So they only have 1 action unless you roll.
Oh, yeah. So they're double suppressed. So
Oh, so you need 2 dice?
2 dice. We're going to see if I can take away any of these suppression tokens. So
Take one away.
one gets taken away.
You're
So
still
now
suppressed.
I do have 1 action.
Yeah.
I never got a chance to throw my grenades. So I'm going to throw my grenades.
Okay.
So there's 2 guys. They get to throw a red dice
Now,
each.
you're not touching the barrier, so I will get the barrier.
Oh, that's how that works. Okay. So no matter what I do, these 2 would automatically get denied unless they were crits.
Correct.
Yeah, and this automatically turns surges into crits. So there's a chance.
Go for it.
I mean, there's a chance, and another suppression on you would be nice.
It would panic me.
Yeah. So there's 2 hits.
They
You'll
go
get
away.
a suppression.
I do get the suppression, but then they go away.
The suppressions go away.
No. Well,
Oh, the hits
one will
go
go
away.
away at the end of the turn.
Yeah.
So I won't panic.
Yeah.
And
But
then these 2 go away from cover.
Okay. That was my activation there. You have your last red squad.
I don't really want to have my last squad, though. Okay, so I do have to get back on the point.
Not
So-
for this turn.
Activate. Oh, that's right, yeah. So I'll activate them, because they're all I have left in the world. And check our range. I will have to move. In fact, I'll have to be kind of out in the open.
Yeah.
But I really got to start removing units from over there.
Yeah.
Now.
It's not about models per se. It's like units.
So we'll move. We'll take the full move, because why not?
Okay. So he's pulling this unit up. They're going to be able to shoot underneath through here into, I have a 2-man squad and then a 3-man squad. The 2-man's obviously easier to kill. They both have 1 suppression on them. So
this is a full droid squad. So we'll get 6 white dice for the 6 normal droids. And then we have our EC5, which is 3 black.
Okay.
A great gun.
Let's see it.
And I'm shooting you into heavy cover. Here we go.
Let's go.
Yep.
And these guys do not have a surge.
That's correct.
That's the other squad. So far, so good.
4 crits.
I'm like actually really
And
impressed.
2 hits. So the hits go away from your cover. And you
Yeah.
have 4 saves.
4 saves into this is the 2 models.
Yeah.
You might just get them.
I hope so. Nope.
That's 100% saves right there, my friend.
But you get a suppression, Brian.
Yeah, back up to 2 suppression. Yeah,
Yes.
honestly, small victories.
Get him out of here.
You know what I mean? Small victories. That was unbelievable saving.
Yeah.
That was really good saving. All right, I'm going to activate that trooper squad in the back. The one with 3 surge tokens, which I have no idea what to do with. So I could double move, which would put me in position to get on this point next turn, which is cute. Or I could just move, shoot, and then double move next turn to get on the point. So that is my leader right there. So that's probably my better bet. And then I can shoot through here, at least use those surge tokens to maybe hurt somebody. Okay. That's what we're going to do.
Thank you, the narrator. He just says he has the high ground.
I did have the high ground. That is absolutely correct. Okay, so I do have this unit of clones right here that I just moved. They are comfortably, I think, within 3 of this squad. Oh, not comfortably within.
It's close.
But
you
actually,
do
it
have
might
it.
be close.
You do have it.
Yeah. So we're going to shoot this red squad, and I have 3 surge tokens on them. So hopefully it can do something. So here we have 5 guys, and this is the hero squad that killed Dooku. They're charged up. And then 2 red. It's good shooting. They have good shooting. Let's see it. All right, so no surges to convert.
So 4 hits.
So 4 hits, 2 of them just go away, and you got 2 saves.
I have 2 white saves.
Yep.
And this is not the squad with the surge.
No. Okay.
So 2 die.
So 2 go down.
And I get a suppression. It's going to come off.
It's going to be
the end of the
irrelevant,
turn.
so I'm not going to put it on. And then the rest are all my activations. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right.
That is correct, Brian.
This is my 2-piece move is over here. So what I have left, I'm going to have to pull randomly, although it's ordering does matter.
You have so many left.
This is my elite.
How do you have so many units left?
Yeah, I know. You haven't been killing them fast enough. So my elite are going to come up in here and do some damage. They're going to jump over the wall and start putting the hurt. Cool.
Thanks again, Blake. Shout out to Bridger and Brian. You're doing a great job for your first full game. The real surprise here is there are no floor dice yet.
No floor
We
dice.
have to be very careful
Honestly,
with these
yeah,
dice.
these dice are not replaceable.
We can't lose these dice.
The stakes are high.
We'd have to
stakes are
buy
high.
like whole new sets.
Okay, so I'm shooting with my special ARC troopers into the squad that I've been suppressing. So actually the suppression will
All right,
matter.
we'll put it down.
And so they will get their aim token, which is nice.
They moved, yeah.
'cause they
Tactical.
moved.
Not from sharpshooter, but from tactical.
Yep. And let's do it.
Yep.
I need 1 more red dice. Okay, so here we are. And Pierce 1, if I remember,
Takes away a block.
takes away 1 block, or I could just do a reroll. So I'm gonna do Pierce 1, I think.
Okay. So he's using lethal to spend his aim token to get Pierce.
I don't know if that's the smarter play. Because honestly,
Definitely is.
Yeah? Because your blocks are bad, though.
There's a reason that rule exists.
Okay, so I do not have a surge nearby. Because I only can steal surges within 1. And even though this unit has a mountain of them, I'm not within 1, as you can see.
So it's just a hit and a crit.
So it's just 1 hit, 1 crit.
I roll 2 dice, and even if I make one of these, it goes away.
Yeah.
So 2 die.
Yeah. And then a second suppression.
I'm
Okay.
rapidly running out of models, Brian.
Yeah, yeah. Now my army doesn't have to be as scared anymore. So I have a lone trooper squad, which, oh, that should have been this squad. I've already done that one.
Yeah.
So I have 1 last token here, which is
It's a
my
tank.
tank. The tank will probably just go with these guys, and he'll just aim and shoot right after.
How dare you?
Trying to take away scoring, that'll be game over, essentially, without scoring. So, am I too close for my weapons?
Oh, you might be. That's 1 to 4. And this is 1 to 4.
So my weapons are good. So I'm going to have to use my main weapon, and then my beam, and...
the beam won't help you here.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's only 1 target to obliterate.
That's true. So here we go. It's 4 red, 2 black, 2 white, and I got an aim token. And let's see if we're in range to share some surge tokens. Yeah, okay. So we have 3 surge tokens also that we could borrow. Or is it up to 1?
I don't think you'll need them.
So we'll re-roll some aims with aim. Okay.
And that becomes a crit.
Right, because it has already critical 1, if I'm not mistaken.
These 2 come out from cover.
Yeah.
So I have 4 saves.
All right.
4
saves.
For 5 models. They're not dead yet. So I'm down to 1 model. Just the leader.
And there's 3 suppression on this squad now.
Just the leader left. But you know what? He's looking fly with those binoculars. He's looking all right.
Yeah, he's
sees-
looking the wrong way. He's like looking backwards at the way he wants to go.
He sees victory on the other horizon.
Yes. No, he's looking backwards and he's seeing no clone trooper and he's like, we're winning.
Is that all your activations?
That's the end of the round.
Okay, so end of the round, all the greens go away.
Yeah.
We pick up
We're
all
going
our
to pick
orders.
1 surge token, or sorry, not surge, 1
Suppression token.
each. And that's good. So I've got that. And let's pick up the rest of my tokens.
Oh, there.
And you've got your tank token right over there.
Oh yeah, I still have a tank, huh?
You still have a tank.
For now.
I don't think I'll kill the tank.
They're so hard to kill.
The tanks are very hard to kill.
I shot your tank once, and it was a huge mistake.
So what did we score? Anything?
No
Zach,
scoring this.
no,
No
Zach,
scoring this round.
Okay.
Stop trying to score, Zach.
Yeah, stop trying to score. What are you trying to do?
Stop trying to make score work.
Yeah. All right. So there's an ARC trooper, and there's a Kenobi.
It's looking grim.
It's grim. It's grim.
It's looking grim.
Alrighty. So let's pull a card. So this is a scoring turn. This is a scoring turn.
It is. Yep.
Yeah. You don't have very many good cards left.
I don't have very many cards left. Period.
You're right. Right. I hear you.
If you're familiar with this game, you know what I have to play right now.
Ambush? Yeah, you've got an ambush token.
It's the only card that I'm allowed. I mean, I guess I could meme with standing orders. But
So ambush. I see. This is the thing we know. We could kind of guess what card he has. Ambush is a 1-pip card, which means he would activate first. I will put a card down.
Okay.
And let's reveal them.
So I have ambush. Surprise, surprise.
I have my last special card. I believe it's my last special card.
Should be.
Yep. It is called Knowledge and Defense. It is a Kenobi card. It's a 2-pip, so you will activate first. And I will activate 2 troopers, and then Obi-Wan Kenobi gets a dodge token for each other friendly trooper within 1, and he can use Guardian for melee attacks. So he will gain 1 dodge token for the 1 trooper squad right next to him. And I will get to activate 2 units, or put markers next to 2 units. So here we go. So I'm being smart here. I'm going to activate 2 things that are not troopers, and then I think that'll give me the advantage of being able to pull troopers easily. So
my 1 order was on.
Oh no, actually my card is literally 2 troops I have to activate.
No, it's 2.
No, I think it's 2 troops. Can you check my card?
Oh, it's 2 troopers, which is anything that's not a vehicle.
Right.
But it's not.
It's not a
It
general.
could be Kenobi. That's
Yeah.
weird because normally those cards require that you do like the person themselves.
Yeah, this one is not specifically not him.
No, he's a trooper. You could pick him.
Kenobi's a trooper?
He's not a vehicle.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm sure Kenobi is not a vehicle.
Okay. Are you sure though?
I'm extremely confident that Kenobi is not a vehicle. That's his token.
Right.
Did you want it?
Yeah. Let's activate him. And then let's activate my special squad right here.
So my 1 was my leader droids, who then activated the droids next to them.
Yeah.
And then I used HQ uplink to activate the singular green droid, which means that my only random is the tank.
Right.
So every turn of this game, I've played the orders phase
Meticulously.
Perfectly.
Perfect
I've
order
known
space.
all of my orders every time. Just the dice. The dice have failed me.
Is
Brian.
it the dice?
the
Or
dice.
is it you literally running up without any defense?
No, it's the dice. It's
Okay.
definitely the dice.
Sure, it must be the dice.
Definitely the dice.
What do you got for me? It's your activation first.
It is, huh?
It's all you.
I don't really want it to be my activation, though. Maybe I should have stayed.
Let's take a question while he ponders his
Thank
move.
you. Yeah, thank you, Martin. Brian made some excellent points why the global supply chain may not deliver our Tabletop Titan dice before Christmas.
Yeah.
However, given Bridger's definitive promise, we will
that
have
didn't
dice
happen.
for Christmas. You must be super impressed.
Listen, I'm very impressed by Bridger's random optimism on some things, but consistent pessimism on most others. And it's really quite a random thing. Bridger has a catchphrase that we like, or we've made a catchphrase for him.
You've made a catchphrase for me.
Which is that nothing is
I've
possible.
literally never said it.
He has said it
I've
in
never
so
said
many
it.
words. And yeah, this catchphrase, nothing is possible, means that at any point, no matter what your plan or idea is,
It's going to go wrong.
Bridger has a reason why
I'm an
it's,
engineer,
why
okay?
it's
It's
not
what we do.
feasible.
We kind of imagine an ad campaign similar to Think Different, but it's just pictures of
but it's
Bridger.
like nothing is possible. Like nothing could be achieved by humanity at any point.
It's just me sitting on a
yeah,
toilet.
No,
conceiving.
you looking at a river and just like pulling your hair out.
Yeah.
You looking at like a bird up in the sky and just like
Yeah.
pulling your hair out.
A lot of hair pulling.
Yeah, a lot of hair pulling. Yeah, that's the metaphor we're
of
going
hair
for this
pulling.
ad campaign.
Okay, well,
Who are we activating? What's the plan?
doesn't matter.
It does. You could kill Kenobi.
Okay. I think I activate the green droid because he's about to die.
Sure. Well, your plan is to get your one white dice out of him before he dies?
Yes, Brian. My plan is actually
Is this actually your plan?
to just move into combat with you.
Okay.
And then punch.
So you're moving into combat with
Oh,
the
I can
two
only move into
squad?
combat with one. That's
Right.
right. So I'll move into combat with the 3 squad.
Okay. This could not go well.
And then, oh, I have 2 suppressions. Hold on.
Right.
Hold on.
That will not allow you
He's
to...
panicked. Let's see. Is he panicked? Do you think he's panicked?
Yeah.
Hey! Droids don't panic. Brian, droids don't panic.
Well, we did floor dice. What?
droids
Okay.
don't panic!
Okay, so he's down to 1. So you only have 1 action, which means you
Nope,
can't move and...
I can't be suppressed, Brian.
Oh.
I'm a droid, sir. Droids don't panic. They also don't get suppressed.
Okay, so he's using 2 actions. 1 is move, 1 is fight.
One is punch.
1 is punch.
Falcon punch.
And let's punch.
You ready, Brian?
I'm so ready.
You're gonna die.
So it's the 1 white dice. It's a surge, but you do not have a surge.
No.
All right. Well, I don't get to fight back.
You're up.
Until I activate. Let's activate.
You should punch me back over there.
I can't. Oh, I'd have to pull a random card. And it might be the tank, you know what I mean? So what we're going to do is we're going to activate these 2 guys because they are actually mildly at risk. So I'm going to activate them. And let's just go. Let's just shoot them into these 3 red guys
Your last mistake,
who are
man.
suppressed, which could really knock them out
Your last
of
mistake.
the game entirely. So here we go. We have, with this particular squad, this is my ARC Troopers. We'll flip over their actions so we don't forget. They're going to have 1 black, 1 white, 1 red, and then another black. And again, they didn't move first, so I could just stand still to give them aim, which I'm doing. So I'll just give them an aim token for standing still.
Okay.
So they have an aim. Last time I used it for Pierce, and I really wanted it for the reroll.
I don't think that's correct.
You don't think it's correct?
Nope.
I'm not going to use it. I'm going to save it for the reroll. So
Well, your roll was terrible.
yeah.
Do you have critical on this gun?
That's an excellent, critical 1. So
Okay,
there we go.
3 hits.
So I can't stress enough how much I was right about that. I was entirely 100% right. And,
Yeah.
oh, okay, like
Were
not
you
bad.
right, Brian? Were
Yes.
you right?
Yes,
No.
still correct.
Because I rolled super well there.
So 1 dies, but it's another, it's the squad here, and another suppression, which is meaningful.
But did you see how Pierce would have been effective there?
Do you notice I only would have had 1 total, and
It
you
would have
probably
gone
would have
through.
saved it?
Same result.
Okay, that's the way you like to, you
The
choose to
floors
believe?
are the same. The ceiling for Pierce is higher. That's what I'm saying.
No, the ceiling was higher on mine because it was 3 potential wounds that you took versus just the 1.
No, in general, the ceiling's higher.
Oh, okay, but not in this specific case where I was right.
No, we tied here. We were the same here, Brian.
I'm going to adjust the 3/4 cam to look at you guys while you have
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
No, you're not.
Bridger, your activation, my
I
man.
don't want to activate.
Yeah, all your
Stop
activations are pathetic.
making me
at
activate.
this, at this point, you can activate your tank. It might actually do something.
Will it, though?
I mean, totally.
No. I'm going to activate the red droids.
Okay.
because they need to.
So now you're gonna have to
Not
roll
panic.
an unsuppression.
They need to not panic.
Yeah.
Don't panic. They're panicked.
They panicked.
Okay. Droids are panicked. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Droids are panicked. Okay. So they'll make their one move.
Brian, of course you can choose to use aim after you've rolled, which is kind of interesting. We haven't been.
Oh, that's right.
Doing
you can
that.
use the pierce. So
What?
the decision on when to use lethal is later than we've been doing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The sequencing on when the keywords happen
That's
is
very
not
powerful.
obvious. I've been
Yeah.
sent a very cool flowchart that shows me how it all works, but the flowchart's very complicated, and I blah 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 it.
Okay. Well, thank you, chat. Okay, my activation next. Why don't we go with a little Kenobi action?
Okay.
Or we should probably go with someone who might die.
Who's gonna die?
Well, you still have a tank and all those guys over there. So let's pull a random chip. Let's see what happens. Let's flip the chips. And let's see what we pull.
See, it's a 1 in 4 for you to get the tank,
I don't want the tank. The tank's not the thing at risk.
but it's a 1 in 4 for you
Yeah,
to get
you're
the
right.
tank.
So here it is. I got the tank.
Yes!
All right. So the tank was not the thing I wanted, but it's gonna be fine.
I win. That's actually the game. I won.
Yeah, exactly. If I pull the card I didn't say I wanted, then that's a straight loss right there. So I'll just shoot your tank. It's literally the only thing I can shoot. Isn't that right?
That is correct.
Because you're engaged here. Even if I move, there's no moving that's going to get me a line of sight on anything else.
That is correct.
They did say I could go on top of the buildings, but only the ones as tall as me, and nothing. I'm pretty short
One's
tank.
less tall than you.
Less tall as me. That's right. So okay, let's just shoot. Let's shoot at you. I did use my high energy shells
Last turn.
last turn.
So you can use your beam cannon this turn.
No, I did use my beam last turn.
But this is not a tapper.
No, so that means that actually has been 2 whole turns. So it does come back. That's right.
There you go.
Yeah. So I'm going to use my high energy shells and my normal twin lateral. So it's 2 red, 2 black, 2 white, and then 2 more red and 1 white. And I am going to aim. And I have critical 2. So
Oh, you're going to want to use that aim token.
yeah, so I'm going to use 1 red, 1 white, reroll. Okay.
And you have critical 2.
Yeah.
So 2 of these become crits.
Doesn't that only impact surges?
What? No, crit turns hits into crits.
Okay.
No, you're right. But impact, what's your impact?
It has impact 2.
Okay, so that was the impact.
Right.
You have no surges, and hits go away, because
Yeah.
I have armor.
So 3.
3 red saves. You dare shoot my tank. Brian, you can't shoot tanks.
All right, 1 damage.
1 damage,
But
doesn't
that's
matter.
the first damage on your tank.
Yeah, it doesn't...
It's not very meaningful.
finally made the mistake that I made, which is shooting a tank at a tank.
The mistake of doing the only thing I'm allowed to do.
Actually shooting anything at a tank.
Yeah.
Huge mistake in this game.
Yeah,
We've
tanks are
learned.
pretty invincible. All right. Well, your activation.
Yeah, still don't
you have 2 squads.
want to activate.
You have 1 squad, which is...
Plus the tank.
Oh, plus the tank.
So I will activate...
The squad in combat with Kenobi?
Yeah, we're going to punch you.
Yeah,
we're
honestly,
gonna-
it worked out pretty well last time.
I think we're going to aim and punch you.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to aim and punch
Now,
you.
I must warn you, I have 1 dodge token, which means I'm going to use my Sorsu Master to deflect back to you. And it's going to be good. Okay? That was 1 hit.
1 hit.
It's 1 hit.
You
Now,
can
here's,
only kill one of me.
here's what I'm going to do.
You can spend your dodge token, which means you don't have any dice to roll, which means you can't hurt me.
While defending or using Guardian, if you spend a dodge token, you gain...
Surge to block.
Yeah.
But by spending the dodge token, you get rid of the only die you would roll.
Oh, no fun.
Boom! The droids are effective by being ineffective.
No. I spend the dodge token to do this ability, I think.
No, when you use the dodge token, because you're going to dodge,
Okay, I'll just dodge. So I burn my dodge token,
and you don't take anything.
so I can't Sorsu Master you, but I just take no damage.
Yeah.
All
See,
right.
by sucking, we have succeeded.
Yeah, you've stopped me from doing
We
my
have
thing, which is your ultimate
succeeded.
goal. So I get a troop, troop next. So I'm going to take this 3-man squad that's in combat with you,
Are we going to fight?
and I'm going to fight. So I'm going to pile in and fight ya. Do I need to pile in, or am
They
I
should have already
All
been locked in.
So I'm going to aim and fight. Aim and fight.
Do you have white dice fighting?
No, these guys are troopers.
They have black dice fighting.
Yeah.
Why are you so much better than me at everything, Brian?
Yeah. So I have 3 guys, 3 black dice, and that's it.
Can you kill 1 droid?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Now I did aim.
Okay.
There it is.
Ooh, uh-oh.
2 hits, 2 white dice for you.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
All right.
He goes
tried.
down.
He was valiant in his effort, but he's
All
dead.
right, they did punch you.
Oh, that's this squad.
So this is what we mean. Like you're hitting on whites, saving on whites. I'm hitting on blacks, saving on reds.
Ugh.
It makes a big difference.
Ugh.
All right. That's your...
now I go to the tank.
No, you have the tank. Yeah.
So I'm going to activate the tank.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
barrage. You're getting barraged again.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And who are we hitting?
The two-man squad that has
Two-man
yet to
squad.
activate.
Yeah. And is not in cover, right?
No, there's a barricade between us.
Oh, yeah, there's the big barricade.
Hey. Well, there you go.
All right.
And I do have... Nope, doesn't matter. Yep. So 2 go away from cover.
2 go away,
you have
and
2
then
saves?
2 red saves, no surges, 2 saves. Let's just keep this. Let's keep this save.
You get a
train.
suppression though. You get your suppression.
So I'm on
and
2 suppression.
I shoot you again with my barrage. Okay, so critical turns this into a crit,
Yeah.
and then 2 of these go away. You can't just make saves forever, Brian. I will not allow it.
All right, 1's left.
And another suppression.
So 3 suppression.
They're the most suppressed.
Yeah.
You just won't die.
I know. Why won't I die?
Why won't you die?
You got a false impression yesterday of how easily clone troopers die.
I just smacked you around.
Remember, we
You
had
were so
no
weak.
one in cover. That was a big difference, I think.
I knew it would be.
Zach was like, "Should I paint up these barricades?" And we were like, yeah. Okay, my activation next. We will take, Obi-Wan Kenobi's had enough of this. He's going to activate now.
Okay.
And he is going to use, he can use 2 force powers in a turn, right?
He only refreshes 1, but he can use both.
Yeah, so he will give a surge token. He already has critical too, so he's probably not going to need it. But anyways, he'll give himself a surge token and the unit next to him.
Uh-huh.
Cool. And then he's going to fight you.
Okay.
So it's 2 red, 2 black, 2 white. He has critical 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
So 4 hits.
sorry, he could aim as well, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
he's not moving. All right. Sorry about that. I'll aim as well.
Okay.
Because he wasn't planning on doing anything else. Okay. So
that
he already
becomes a
has
crit.
critical. And
So 5 hits.
the surges do nothing.
Bro. I'll make saves at some point in this game. This is where I'll make this.
This is the saves.
Right here. They're done. Oh, they're all
Oh,
my
that
gosh.
was all
Yeah.
blanks.
All right, that's my commander dead again. Goodbye, droids.
And you have no activations left?
Excellent observation, Brian.
Okay.
Very astute.
Very astute. So I'll activate my troopers in the back, and they will double move onto the
We'll
point.
Make the tank. Oh, if some people are correct, then it has to be these guys because the tank doesn't have a bravery score.
Thank you again, Martin. I know that we now have a stretch goal for Bridger to play Dark Angels whilst
Yeah.
having his 70s porn stash removed. Good call, Brian. But can we have one for him to handcraft a set of Tabletop Titan dice as a Christmas prize?
As a Christmas
Hand-
He
prize.
actually already has made.
I did.
Handcrafted dice.
I did handcraft. It's just they're only for us.
Yeah, he made enough dice for us to use here on the show, but also
And
to take to tournaments and
A
stuff.
select few.
Yeah, because we were trying out
special
different
people.
colors and stuff.
Handcraft.
Okay, I just moved that unit. They double moved onto the point,
And you score 3 points,
and it's the end of the round.
and I lose.
And
Instantly.
I score 3 points, and you have no troopers left, really.
Yep.
And
I lose instantly.
it was a beating.
That was okay. All right. So let's evaluate what happened. Droidicas, I misplayed horribly,
Yeah,
but if I had played them slightly differently,
yeah, right.
they should not have gone down so fast.
Yeah, because what you could have done is instead of doing the fast move, you could have even just done 2 slow moves and had your shield up. Right? You could still have been there with your shield.
They could not have gone that far. They do the tiny move, but there was just no. I underestimated your ability to get through cover 2.
Yeah.
So I threw away the Droidicas,
Yeah, right.
but then Dooku should just not. The chances of him dying there are very low.
But the chances
Incredibly low.
the chances of him losing 2 to 4 out of his 6 wounds were very high.
It doesn't really matter, though.
I disagree.
A Jedi on 1 wound is as good as a Jedi on 6 wounds
Except he dies the next turn.
because they bubble wrap themselves.
Yeah.
Like I'll fight you and then force push a unit that's already activated into myself.
Yeah.
And then you can't shoot him.
Here's one of the things. You didn't do that.
Well,
and that
no.
is how he died.
But he should have survived that turn. It's like a 5% chance of him
I
dying.
strongly thought he would survive the turn.
Very low chance.
But I thought I would get him down to like 2 wounds.
But that would be great. That means you're not shooting anything else.
No doubt.
He's just tanking it all. And then the next turn,
Yeah.
I'll just like go first with him. I'll touch some stuff. I'll force push you into me. I'll bubble wrap so you have to fall back with 2 units.
Yeah.
To do anything to him.
Or
That
I'd
would've
stay
been great.
I'd stay in combat with him too.
But your little trooper guys aren't going to hurt him.
Well, they do have blacks.
but he'll go first. He'll move, fight,
Yeah,
dodge. Then he has a dodge, and he has a thing like your Source.
You're not wrong. Once he gets in,
balled out.
once he gets in, he's a
an
nightmare.
animal.
He's a nightmare.
And his single activation card lets him do everything. He becomes like Super
But
Saiyan.
the move that you were thinking of doing, where you put him up behind the wall, would have been prudent.
Yeah,
Because then I wouldn't have shot you with anything, and he would have still been in range to charge next turn.
Yeah, a Jedi with no jump is so weird.
Yeah.
Like, because I played with Kenobi.
I used the maneuverability twice. To huge effect.
I played with Kenobi and with Grievous.
Right.
And they both have jump, and so I'm used to like these super mega death characters just jumping all around.
Right.
And it's so big.
Yeah.
When you can't jump, Dooku, like even just the stupid dinky barrier should not slow down Dooku. This guy shoots lightning and flies.
I don't know if you've seen it. He's very
very old.
Yeah.
He flies, Zach. He literally flies.
Wow.
I think he falls with style.
Up. He falls up.
Yeah.
So I think I need practice with Dooku. And this is what they told me. They said, hey, if you're going to play Dooku, he's hard.
Yeah.
He's not easy to play.
Right.
They were right.
Yeah, they're right.
But I really just wanted to pop off with his 1-pip card, where it's just like, he gets all the rules.
Yeah.
He gains like the ability he gets relentless, which means he can move and fight, whether it's shoot or attack.
Right.
His lightning becomes a pistol, essentially. He can shoot in melee.
Which is ridiculous.
And he gets Arsenal 2, which means he can lightning and fight. So he can move, use 2 force powers.
Yeah.
Lightning, fight. It's like he just does everything.
He's bananas.
He goes just bonkers.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen.
It did not happen.
He died unceremoniously. And then everything fell apart because I lost the ability to like use cards.
I'll tell you, as far as Obi-Wan is concerned, I have no idea how to use Guardian. Like, I never once in the previous game or this game ever successfully used Guardian.
It doesn't seem like you want to.
Honestly, I just don't know how to do it.
Well, because he's conflicted. Like Jedi, normally you want to be your last activation because they're so powerful.
Sure.
And you want to have them as a response.
Yeah.
But with him, you want to go first, get a dodge token, and then use Guardian to deflect shots back.
Sure.
So like, what is he trying to do? Is he trying to go first and deflect, or is he trying to go last and counterpunch?
Right, and I have to burn my great cards to get tokens on him early.
Right.
And I just don't. Maybe someone in chat could tell us, like, how do you use him? Like, do you generate the? Do you try to do something to generate the dodge tokens early?
It seems like standby token. The thing that gives you a standby and a dodge, just seems bananas. Like you sit him in the middle of your army.
Yeah.
You take a standby token, so if they activate and try to do anything,
Yeah.
you just move and fight because he has charge.
Yeah, right.
So your standby lets you move and fight.
Yeah, it's a heroic intervention basically if you're used to 40k.
And then the dodge tokens means they can't shoot into your ball either because
Yeah.
he just uses Guardian and then deflects everything.
Yeah, right.
That seems to be like that's his turn. That card is just like Dooku has his turn.
Yeah.
You have your turn.
Yeah, I've definitely got to practice. What I did learn is clone troopers in cover though. Pretty great. And also the ability to share.
Your saves were
The saves were excellent.
ridiculous.
But also red dice, I
are a
had
lot
lots of
better,
surge tokens to share. And so, you're even turning the surges into successes. And, you're dropping 2 of them.
They made a weird design decision. There's like 1 and 3
Yeah.
for defense. There's
Right.
1, 2, 3 for offense.
Right,
Why is
right.
there no black defense dice?
Yeah.
It's like either you're
nothing in the
amazing
middle.
or you're terrible. There's nothing in between for defense, which doesn't feel good. Like, I don't think my commandos should have red defense dice.
They feel like
They
should
feel
have
like they
black.
should have a black defense
Yeah.
dice. But Droideka don't feel like they should have a white. They feel like they should have a black.
I agree.
Like, in both directions, it feels a little awkward that there's no black defense dice.
Yeah. I agree. Either way, what we definitely know for sure is even after both our games, it's a really cool game.
Yeah,
It's
very cool.
genuinely a unique system over the other games, and it's a unique system that's actually good and has a lot of great ideas.
It's depth.
You can feel the characters, you can feel the units. It's really fantastic. Zach, are we going to be doing a Q&A stream?
No, we've got just a few to get through. I think we should probably just stick here.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So we'll answer the rest of the questions here rather than going to a Q&A.
Is it like stool worthy, Zach? Should we get stools?
Your call. It's like 6, and most
Okay.
of them are just people super
just do it.
excited for the game.
But I will say, of course, that we are going to be playing this game again, for sure.
of course.
And after we've played another game or 2 with the collections we have, because we could try out different things. Like you have Grievous,
more, yeah.
right? I have Rex still that we haven't played.
And the shield commando. I really want to use the shield commandos. They have these like
Yeah.
riot shields.
Oh yeah, they're so cool looking.
Right, and so we have so many more models that we can try out. I have speeder bikes
You have
that
the
we didn't
characters.
try.
You have so many characters.
Yeah, so many
Echo,
more characters.
Fives, Canis Rex.
Right, exactly.
So much.
Luke?
So
We have Luke?
some very, very cool stuff. And then eventually, I think we might even expand our collection here
have to.
get some more of the different things because it's pretty.
You don't end
pretty
up with a
amazing
40K collection like this, and then
Yeah.
get into a game like this and not own every army.
Yeah,
Like-
you're definitely going to own at least like Vader and
Right. I feel
some,
like we could own a full collection of all 4 factions in the game very quickly.
it's basically all 4 factions of this game is equivalent to one of our 40K army sizes. Like, you know what I mean?
I would say
And, like,
each
model
of them,
counts.
if you wanted a full collection, I think each of them would be roughly a 40K army.
You think so? Yeah. It doesn't feel like that to me, but maybe it's more of a
You
two
can
for
play
one.
1,600 point games,
Oh, okay.
which is double this.
This felt like a pretty good size. Like
This
it
is a good
felt
size.
it felt pretty epic. There was still quite a lot to do. I could see wanting maybe 200 more points, but
In a game?
double this would be too much for me.
Double would be a lot.
I think it'd be too much. It would take forever.
I would want to do like 2v2 or something.
Yeah, because alternating activation is naturally a slower game
is, yeah.
in many ways. So I think that's that would be too much. Because you don't want to have it.
But
be
you
grueling.
could also just have like a few, like you could go to 1,600 points and just not take a bunch of units, but take like really just upgraded.
more expensive
'Cause you have
stuff.
so many slots for upgrades. Just be like, I never get to take the guys that have the grenades and the jump packs, and they're like fearless or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
have parkas for if it's bad
right.
weather.
Sure.
Like they just have, they're Batman.
10
they have
points
everything.
just for style.
Right.
Yeah.
We would definitely do that at
For
1,600
sure.
points.
No, you're right. Absolutely. Really, really excited. It's been a lot of fun. Just before we get into the other questions, it's a great time to remind you that this is the Titanathon. That's why we're doing this. And of course, we have 2 days left for the
Counting
Titanathon.
today.
Yeah, counting today, right? So we have tonight still. We have a Hobby Titans stream over on Hobby Titans, and we're going to be painting the brand new Aeronautica box set.
Yes.
We're going to be doing both the
then playing it on
Craft
Monday.
World. Yeah, exactly.
Well, today we're just painting the Xiphon.
just the Xiphon,
Yep.
right? And it's an amazing box set. If you didn't see us play Aeronautica early in the week, you should definitely check that out. It's another one of our favorite games, and I think we're going to be seeing it a bit more because we love it a lot. And now that GW is supporting it more, there's even more excuse to kind of break it out and get it on the table. And then tomorrow, at our normal kind of Saturday game time, we are going to be doing something very special. Not only is it the public debut of the Titan Watch, we did a members-only game on Tuesday, which was a 3,000 point match
was
using
awesome.
the kind of onslaught missions, and that was the members-only preview of the Titan Watch. We are playing a 2,000 point game tomorrow using almost every other model. We tried to get every other model, but unfortunately we just had a few too many HQs.
Right.
And the truth is every other model was about 2,500 points.
Right.
And we're playing a 2,000 point game. So there's 1 or 2 models that aren't making it in for tomorrow, but they'll come in our very
Definitely
next
come in
game.
next time.
And what's cool about that is not only is it the public debut of that, and it's actually a cool list. It's got a lot of old school
I like what I see on
Proteus
that.
kill teams with lots of special weapons and drop pod and all cool stuff. But it's going to be against the Tyranids, and we're going to be debuting the Octarius supplement tomorrow. So that'll be a preview of that. It's a week before it comes out, but we'll be previewing the Octarius supplement, which is new rules for the Tyranids, as well as some other factions. But we're just going to be focusing on the Tyranids tomorrow and throughout the week, next coming week. We're going to be previewing the other rules in that Octarius book. So for the final day of the Titanathon, it's going to be pretty exciting.
It's pretty epic. You're not going to want to miss it. And also, if you're not a member, you should join today and go back and watch Tuesday's episode.
Yeah, it was pretty
because
fantastic.
Tuesday's episode was a super epic game.
Yeah.
Awesome to have 3,000 points of
It felt really epic.
Titan Watch.
Yeah.
There's also a big announcement on Tuesday.
Yeah, it was a big
Go back
announcement, and it was
watch
a
that.
crazy close game with lots of back and forth.
Such a great game.
You should definitely check it out. And if you haven't already, of course, we want to tell you about our membership tiers. We created 2 new membership tiers for people who want to support us even more, and we are very humbled by the support. Lots of members upgrading to the Primarch and Emperor tier. It matters a lot to us, and we really, really appreciate it. But if you haven't become a member, we really love you to consider becoming a captain. What that does give you access to those Tuesdays only games, which was what Bridger was talking about. But you also get access to our members only Discord, which is an amazing
It's a great
community. Come just for the memes.
Right.
Stay for everything
You know
else.
what else is tomorrow?
What's tomorrow?
Meme of the year.
Yeah, that's right. We are declaring meme of the year. Are you ready for that yet?
No,
All right.
I'm not ready.
You have the whole night to get ready for it. And we're getting very close. I think tomorrow we might even pass our next stretch goal. Actually, this graphic I think is even out of date. We're very
very
close to the 500 stretch goal, and that would be great. It's a collaboration with another channel, And
Have some ideas.
that'll be fantastic. So we're almost over that line. So if you're thinking about subscribing, please do. Get us over that stretch goal, and we'll have a lot to look forward to in the future.
Very cool.
All right, let's take these remainder of these questions.
Yeah, well, thanks, Brent. He just says, at Blake and at Ross, etc., you guys are the real MVPs. Thank you for your generosity and getting the Titans into Legion.
Thank you.
It's
Honestly,
such a cool game. And
we wouldn't have done this on our own.
Right.
We genuinely wouldn't have.
which is like regrettable to me. I look at this and I go,
Because
if
this
they
is great.
didn't do this, I wouldn't have ever played the game.
When this game first came out, and it was in kind of our local game store, Game Castle here, and I saw they had a demo table set up.
Yeah.
And they had like the Luke and Darth, and I was like, oh man, it's
looks
so
really cool.
cool.
Yeah.
And one of my friends and guys who painted a ton of my armies, named Colin, he did a Republic army up that was stunning, absolutely stunning. And then eventually he was like, I have no one to play with, I'm going to sell it off. And I was like, ugh, I've literally bought 100% of the models he's ever sold.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I have to do this? I think I have to do this. But then I was like, I have no one to play with.
Right.
So I'm just going to be in the same position. And I didn't. I kind of regret it because it was a beautiful collection. But now that we have this and we can play it, this is the kind of game that, like, off air, I'm going to want to play this.
Right?
You know?
This is like a great, just kind of like beer and pretzel, chill out,
I agree.
alternating activation game.
Yeah, you got to put some Star Wars music on the background, make it happen.
Yes.
We didn't for legal
Copyright
reasons.
reasons.
But you can at home, and I think it adds to the atmosphere.
It definitely would.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Martin Easterman. He says, we heard the history of Bridger's illogical hatred of the Dark Angels.
Yeah.
He referenced being jilted in a recent game against them.
That's true.
Someone tell us what happened. Please linger on each moment of frustration and shame.
I think, hold on, first of all, I think this person unreasonably called you out. They said that they learned the illogical hatred.
Okay.
I think what I described was how you came to a logical hatred.
Oh, thank you, Brian.
Of the Dark Angels.
Thank you.
You hated them because their rules were unreasonably better than your Terminators.
They were.
That is a logical reason for
Logical
hatred.
reason, yeah.
He has other illogical reasons for hatred. But but I think that was your main logical reason for dislike.
One of the pillars.
Yeah, that was
I think there's probably
it went from being a joke hatred to being like, I actually don't like these guys.
Right, yeah. When they came out, I was like, oh man, now I have to double down on this.
Yeah, now I really have to go into it.
Yeah. But okay, I wouldn't say I'm jilted by a recent game, but I did have a rather unfortunate game.
You were shocked.
I was shook. Like, nothing compared to, like, I failed 6 4-ups, sure. Whatever.
Sure.
I failed like 23 ups in a game.
Yeah.
And then everything else also went horribly wrong for me. It was just, and the worst part is the guy was awesome. His army was amazing.
Yeah, his army was amazing.
A super nice guy.
He had them all like samurai'd out.
Played really well.
Right?
Yeah. So we talked a little bit about it in the Vegas recap video.
Right.
Coming out soon. But like, it's almost like it's worse.
Yeah.
That he's such an amazing guy.
Yeah.
His army's amazing. He played super well.
You have nothing to blame but
Nothing
your
to blame,
bad dice.
But like my poor decision making and my bad dice.
And honestly, there was
like,
nothing Dark Angels about how he beat you. It was just Volkite Contemptors,
No.
wasn't it?
The fact that it was Dark Angels on a heavy cover board with that mission and him winning the defender role meant that I had a very low percentage chance of ever winning that game.
I see.
But the way that I lost was just humiliating.
Right. It could have been a real scrap, but these, if you haven't seen these Volkite Contemptors that are all over the meta right now,
pop off.
it's a ton of shots, mortal wounds, 2 damage, but no AP, right?
No AP.
And he was
Except
in
turn
Devastator
one,
Doctrine, so he did have AP.
Yeah. Which put me to my 3-ups.
And normally you could make quite a few of these 3-ups, but you just didn't.
I mean, like, the average damage of a Volkite Contemptor to that bike captain is 3 or 4.
Yeah.
One
took like 18 or something?
did 15 damage.
Yeah, 15 damage.
After my Feel No Pains, I took 15 damage.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
And this bike captain was in a position to kind of run up and go deep into his lines, kind of ruin his whole game. So this bike captain was everything.
It was the majority of my strategy.
Yeah.
So
that was it. It was just bad dice, honestly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carl. Legion is how I got into miniature wargaming, so I love seeing it on the channel. This game's been great to watch. Rip Dooku.
Yeah.
It happens, you know?
It happens when Bridger puts Dooku in a door.
Right, it wasn't the worst. It wasn't. The Droidicas was a much more egregious misplay.
Okay. What he's trying to say is the reason why my Dooku play wasn't so bad, because look, I did something so much worse. And that doesn't make the other thing worse.
A high risk, high reward scenario. Which I love doing.
So I actually, here's the reason I strongly disagree with you.
Okay.
Because it was a high risk, no reward. Because if you were hiding behind the wall, you would have had the same potential to do everything you wanted to do the next turn, at no risk, you stood in the wall just to be just to be like,
I got
look
the
at
force
me, I don't
push,
care.
And then you randomed the unit that you needed.
I know.
So like, so many things went wrong, but the higher risk, higher reward of being in the open was that I get to pick up a unit and shooting.
Meh.
Killing a whole unit that you need to score, big deal. And then the next turn, he touches the other 2 units, and now I'm like, oh, I'm on easy street. Kill a unit, touch 2 more units, middle point's mine forever.
It felt like you're
high risk, high reward.
High risk. We'll say it this way: high risk, small reward.
No.
It was a small.
I would have had the middle objective for like forever.
Seems like we'll have to agree to disagree.
Well, now you're in your grave forever, so it seems like it was worth it.
Some space for reflection on that one.
Yeah, space for reflection.
Thank you.
Bridger will never reflect.
I will
He
not.
learned no lessons were learned.
Thanks again, Martin. It's been really interesting to see this game. I think I've understood what was going on, but why didn't Brian deep strike his inceptors
Yeah,
in turn 3?
you're right. I absolutely should have.
Yeah, why? You have 2-man squads, Brian. That's not legal. 2-man Inceptor squad?
Yeah, you're right. Breaking all
Are
the
you
rules.
paying, it's under strength unit, so you're paying points for the 3?
I used to actually do that in 40K, if you remember. I used to do like the one-man crisis.
That's
the
like-
one-man stealth team.
Such a gimmicky nonsense thing
Yeah,
to do.
it was an interesting
You should
tactic.
not be proud of that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Urga and Claw. I don't know who's winning or how to play, but for the Republic.
Yeah, the Republic picked it up pretty early. I think, once the Droidekas going down was a firm advantage, Dooku going down was game over.
Yep.
Yeah. He could have come back from the Droidekas, although it would have hurt. You could have come back from it. But you can't come back from the Dooku at that stage.
Yeah.
And also, actually, you know what? Droidekas was bad. Losing your combat squad was ridiculous.
Yeah,
There was 3 huge losses.
3 huge losses, and none of them were that probable. The Droidekas was the most probable.
Yeah.
I just didn't respect your firepower.
Yeah.
That you would get to activate basically every unit and shoot the Droidekas. But neither of the other 2 were likely to happen. Certainly not both happening so catastrophic.
Right. Yeah, luck definitely went in my favor in a long way.
Thank you, Majestic Purple Biscuit. Love seeing Legion played on stream. I have a local RTT coming up, but I don't know which army to play.
Okay.
Blood Angels, Necron, or DADW, Dark Angels, Deathwing. Not picking all 3. Great work.
Blood Angels would easily be my choice out of those 3. Yeah.
Why?
I like it's the most dynamic army out of all 3 of those.
Yes.
It's an army that every turn has the most options afforded to you, which makes playing the army much more rewarding.
Right.
Whereas
That's a good point.
Necrons are very, like, starting on turn 1, you know where you're even going to be in turn 3. It's got a very predictable script that you kind of stick
Same
with.
with Dark Angels.
And Dark Angels is almost more so
Yeah, it's so
than
scripted.
that. And that's cool and all, but that's almost like, look, I brought a wall, you play against
stat
me.
check.
Yeah. So whereas the Dark Angels are much more finesse, much more rewarding.
Blood Angels.
The Blood Angels, I'm sorry. Much more finesse and much more ability for you to make cool general decisions and win. And they're super strong, too.
So what we're saying is play Drukhari.
Sure. Drukhari is even that to the further because they have even more options. But the Blood Angels can do things that Drukhari can't in funny ways. Like the Blood Angels, in many more ways, are, they could be defensive in a way that the Drukhari rarely can be. I don't know, they can go for bigger swings in some ways.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Martin. We also learned that no matter what the question in Star Wars is, the answer is no, you need crits for that, or only if you get crits, or yes, those are crits.
Yeah, so
Wasn't this yesterday?
when we played yesterday,
Yeah.
every time Brian tried to do anything, I was like, no, I have a rule that ignores that.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah, I was learning the game, and so I didn't know any of the rules. So everything Bridger said sounded like he was just making it up to advantage him, and I was losing badly. And then I'd be like, haha, I got like 5 hits, and he's like, no, these 2 come away, those aren't crits, you don't get this, I deflect, dodge, you do nothing. And I was like, but I was so good. And he's like, it wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
And then I was like, okay, and then he's like, my turn. Everything hits, wounds, you're dead. And I'm like, but I have a surge. And he's like, no, you can't use that on anything there. And I was like, but I have Guardian, Super Block, and Nimble. And he's like, no, none of those matter. And I was like, oh, no. And it turns out he was actually right, but I was just using my army wrong. And
You learned really fast.
yeah, I got really punished. And so it was pretty clear what I did wrong. It was everything. So it was pretty easy to correct most of it.
Thank you again, Martin. Bridger is Bridger in any universe.
That's
so
right.
I assume his 40k sickness has come with him to Star Wars.
Yeah.
So which rules does he think his army should have?
Yeah.
Well, it's the black defense dice. That's like, I don't.
That's a rule that nobody has that he thinks he should have.
I just don't think white defense dice should really exist other than for basic droids.
Yeah, basic droids.
This feels dumb.
Yeah, it's no defense at all.
It's like, why roll? Just don't get defense.
Yeah.
Why roll dice?
Well, it's like if I put a lot of shots into a big droid squad, like you'll save 1 or 2 or something. It's something.
I don't want it.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want white defense dice.
What do you think is a really cool rule that that like would be cool if the droids had? Is there one? I already like the rules.
They're so flavorful already, like with the AI and the coordinated droid, like where they give each other orders.
And they're like not suffering from suppression.
Right.
I think all of that's really cool.
Ion is also super thematic. The way that like all the droids suck except the guy with the special weapon.
Yeah.
Super cool. Like
Yeah.
I'm into it. I'm full send on droids. I just want black defense dice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I don't know. I feel I was pretty impressed with, in a negative way, with how easily they get suppressed. My
Right.
troops, they get suppressed really easily.
Yeah.
And it's can become a real
I
strategy.
didn't even ever, not a single time, shoot my suppressive gun, which adds another suppression token.
It could have been
on
really
droid
strong on me.
Yeah.
And it feels like mastering the use of suppression could be one of the more powerful tactics in this
very
game.
big, yeah.
And making sure that you're basically denying your opponent their activations before they go. Even if you can't kill them, you can almost ensure that they're not activating.
Right.
And it's really powerful.
Suppression's interesting, right? It seems like a more interesting way to have, almost like morale. This game has that too.
Yeah.
But in 40K,
Right.
no matter what's happening to your unit, like no matter the bloodbath they're about to get chewed up
Yeah.
with, they can just move forward.
They're just going to march
Yeah,
into
they
it.
just don't care.
Make 'em do it.
Straight into death.
I agree with you. This has an impact on this turn, whereas morale only has an impact on next turn in 40K.
Yeah.
And that's much more interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, Deathwing. After seeing you guys play this game, I hope it becomes a regular on the show.
We will play it.
We'll play it, but not every week.
We're definitely not every week. The thing is, we do 3 shows a week. And we're already splicing in Age of Sigmar more and more often. We used to be roughly 1 Age of Sigmar game a month.
Yep.
We probably will move that up, but not so much.
Right.
Like maybe one a month and then 1 extra every other month, like that kind of thing. Like 3 within 2 months, something like that. We'll move it up. And we play specialist games almost once every 2 months is when you'd say we put a specialist game in. Something like that.
Depends, yeah.
It depends, and this would count. This would go into a specialist game rotation, which is things like Aeronautica and Necromunda, and there's so many others
We have a
haven't
long
played.
list.
We have a long list
to get through.
But this will probably see more play than many of those other games. Like for instance, I like this a lot more than 40K Kill Team.
Right.
40K Kill Team, kind of dry.
Yo, they nerfed my Custodies in Kill Team.
Yeah, I know. So
I never got to play the OP Custodies.
yeah, so no reason to play it anymore.
True.
So this
not
this
wrong.
game I think will get in the rotation more often, but it's not going to be.
I mean, it's a huge boon to already have a fully painted set of terrain
Yeah.
and 2 fully painted armies that are more than just like armies with options.
It goes a long way.
It goes a very long way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you again, Martin. Please, could we have a stretch goal that means Bridger has his own stash-related 70s intro music. When he arrives on screen, he needs some chicky bow wow.
This is not going to last. This is going away. I can tell you right now.
Is this like a Titanathon stash only?
It's a Titanathon and Aeronautica on Monday.
Okay.
After that, it's gone. Okay? Soak it in. It's going away.
I'm genuinely sad.
I feel sorry for you, except I don't. It's
It looks amazing
not
on him.
sticking around. It's awful. It's terrible.
It's so good.
I've received 1 honest piece, well, 2 honest pieces of feedback. Adrian
Okay.
was honest.
And he said it was bad?
Said it looks terrible. Adrian was correct. I've received
I actually
honest
genuinely
feedback
like
from 1 other person ever. Everyone else has trolled me like you, bro.
I'm not trolling you. Listen, I live the facial hair life. Adrian doesn't even know what it feels like to be empowered by the facial hair. He's a coward over here, shaving his face, right? He's not willing to break through. You've broken on through to the other side here.
No.
And,
No. It's terrible.
And you're just scared. You're out on this plateau of awesomeness. You're just scared. You don't know. But I'm here to tell you it'll be
It's
okay.
so bad.
You have to get over it.
No, it's
And then
terrible.
it's great. The thing I like about it is, you walk down, there's some guys, you walk down the street and it's like, oh, there's that guy over here, that guy. None of these guys are memorable. They're nobodies. You got this guy with this majestic stash, and you're like, who's that guy? I want to know that guy. That guy's he's got a story.
No.
You know what I mean?
It seems like we're still on the fence about the mustache.
Yeah.
Who was on the fence, Zach?
Thank you, Ernie. Again, great game, gents. So just an update to my chat stories. Guys, it's going to get a little dark here.
Okay.
Ernie says, I got hit by a car last week on my bike coming home from work.
Yeah, bikes
but I'm
are
all good
crazy.
and work has been fun. And then he has several laughing emojis. Ernie, we continue to be concerned for your safety.
Yeah.
And this is an
Ernie.
outbreak.
Honestly, bikes in especially in cities,
Yeah.
Very
crazy.
dangerous, yeah.
Where
Almost as dangerous as forklifts.
some might even say just as dangerous.
No. Well, okay, maybe just as dangerous.
Yeah.
Not more dangerous than a forklift.
Yeah, if he was watching the show while on the bike, now it's a problem.
Ernie lives life on the edge.
Yeah, he does. Like you with the
He's
mustache.
an extreme.
Who's this guy getting into forklift accidents? I want to know this guy. Ernie, please be safe.
Yeah.
Please be safe, Ernie. We care about
We're
you.
glad you're okay.
Yeah. And Blake says, great game. FYI, there are scenarios that allow you to do things like deep strike and such. Can't wait for the next game. ABC with Grievous next time.
Yeah.
Will. Grievous has jump.
Yeah.
I won't be stopped by these silly barricades.
Grievous will be in the next next match for sure, and I'll definitely have like Rex and Fives.
Canis Rex, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Canis Rex? That's a 40k model. Captain Rex.
Yep.
we can mix.
Yeah, we'll bring a knight.
Yeah.
Why not? It's practically an AT-AT, you know?
You know what? The knight will have black save dice.
Okay. It's great.
Thank you again, Ernie. He says, don't break my heart by shaving it, my dude.
I'm sorry. I can't live like this anymore.
Well.
I can't take it. It feels bad. It looks bad.
Looks
it's
good.
It's not good.
He'll come around in like
It's
4
not
years,
good.
and you'll realize
Yeah.
it was the right thing to do.
I have felt food in it, and it was the worst.
I'll be honest, that part's bad.
It was terrible. Everything about it's bad.
No, not everything, but that part is bad.
It's so bad.
Yeah, that part's bad.
Guys, on that note, we have done it.
We did it.
We did it.
it.
That was a fun
Fantastic.
stream.
Honestly, this was a lot of fun. This and Aeronautica, funny enough, were my favorite games of the week.
Yeah.
I've obviously, it's always great to be playing a new game. We played so much 40K that 40K is amazing, but just something new is
refreshing,
exciting.
yeah.
It's exciting. And they were both Aeronautica and this are just great games.
Yeah.
Like genuinely good games. I think, Zach, are you signaling that there's one more?
I am.
All right.
And it's from Martin, and it's an important one because it says, we all love Bridger, but you would double check where your family members were if he had that facial hair and he moved into your neighborhood.
Right?
Again, we are still on the fence about
let
the
me
mustache.
clarify.
Does not look
hold
good.
On, hold on.
Nothing has been
Bridger with
decided.
no mustache. You're still clarifying where your family is.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. It's not
I just look
modified.
tired. This is tired, right?
Why is he so
now
tired?
it's tired and
this
like
is the question. You know what I mean?
It's tired and creepy with the mustache.
Yeah. No, I still think I'm moving out. He's up all night playing video games. It's just not right.
I sometimes wonder if my neighbors can hear me at night.
Or don't you use headphones?
Yeah, but
Then no.
headphones with a microphone where I'm talking to people.
Oh, I see. You give your orders through the mic really
And I also
loudly.
just keep my windows open all the time. So
Okay.
you really gotta wonder.
And
Well, now it's
what are my
starting
neighbors
to.
thinking?
Yeah. Now I.
I'm
I
up
can
to like
still see it.
4 a.m. pretty often.
Just shouting random things into your
Into
microphone.
a microphone. Yeah.
Okay. Well, probably.
And thank you, left-handed Texan. Sounds like we're still on the fence. He says, you killed my father, prepare to die. Another fan of the mustache, definitely.
We're not on the fence. I can say with certainty, we're not on the fence. It's going away Monday night.
All right.
Monday night.
All right. Well, with that, we will we'll say goodbye to you for now. But we have another stream in just a solid 3 hours.
3 hours from now. On
That's
Hobby
right.
Titans.
3 hours on Hobby Titans. So check that out. Painting some of the new Aeronautica. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a good time. And of course, if you haven't, check out Hobby Titans. Some great content there. Go subscribe. We do good work over there too. Zach is an amazing hobby friend and teacher. You're definitely not going to want to miss any of that. And come back tomorrow for a really epic game.
The conclusion of the Titanathon.
That's right. So we'll catch you there on the tabletop.
Bye.